Not you, but I've kind of gotten a little like cool down on Stabler ever since he came back.
Oh,
Like,
I haven't watched like a single fucking thing of organized crime. I don't have time really to watch shows.
no, I'm not talking about organized crimes. Like, I'm talking about like the few crossover episodes that they had on SVU, where they still trying to like go and do the whole Olivia Stabler. Will they? Won't
They
they?
they should have been together from the jump, and Kathy really had to like go and fuck all that up. I'm just saying.
Listen, man. Like,
I said what I said.
Kathy was a good wife. Damn. Okay. I guess now we know how we feel about Kathy Stabler.
Yeah. I said what I said.
You did. You said it.
I did. Said that shit.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't have many swallows, gargles, and or spits for NXT.
Wow, disrespectful on all fronts.
Maybe like
My
two.
show, so rude.
NXT Bay has a great roster, but right now I'm just not.
It has the smallest roster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you could always go back to the 1 hour format and get all your shit in at once.
I love how Vince talks about this. Like, we're actually like booking matches on a week-to-week basis and putting, because like I complained to Vince, which I'm sure you saw in the chat, that he put people I drafted on everyone's graphics, and that it is misleading.
Shut the fuck up today. I was in the escape room with my phone in my back pocket the whole time.
Misleading.
It's like, goddamn.
Misleading.
I gave you Tongaloa. What's the complaint?
I understand. Well, now that's not the complaint, but I was bitching because I said it's misleading as fuck to put people that I drafted on your rosters to make it look like they are also part of your rosters when this is all about a draft. It's not about like who's booking the best show. We're not going to go out and put on fucking pay-per-views and matches and stories. We drafted, and this is our draft.
I was gonna throw out the idea, like, if you guys want, we could make this into like a wrestling fantasy league, and
I don't got time for that.
I was like, we can collect points based on like if they make a PLE and if they win said PLE, the person with the most points by WrestleMania Vegas. Like, I don't know, we'll figure out the winning prize afterwards.
WrestleMania Vegas. I'm so excited.
Let's see.
That's not what I want to happen.
What are you talking about?
What are you trying to do?
Huh?
No, my phone connected to, and it was like what my internet was going to be. I didn't want that to happen, so I had to fix that before it fucked shit up.
Okay.
And not in a good way.
Not in a good way. But anyway, yeah, I was bitching about that because Vince is all like, yeah, women's tag team champions. I'm like, dude, fuck you. I drafted them. This is all about the draft. They are my draft picks. Yes, they can appear on any show, but they're my draft picks.
I was very confused when like he showed my picture first, and I was like, did I draft Julian Skyblue?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I was like,
only I did.
I was like, maybe I did, and I just forgot.
And then this motherfucker's like, well, if you just left them on damage control, I'm like, then you would have put damage control on everyone's shit, and I still drafted them. That's not.
To be fair, had the draft taken place just a few days later, one of my roster members and one of your roster members would have been champions, meaning that you would have had Jay Cargill on your graphic, and you wouldn't be bitching because we would have just shared. I would have had Bianca on mine.
Bianca, you would have. No, I have. Well, I have Bianca. You have Jade. Yeah.
Yeah. We would have. Exactly. We all get a member of the big three, but then Katie would win in that scenario because then she gets the big three on her show.
Or you just don't put people that didn't get drafted by a show on the fucking graphic card for the show.
Or you could just sit back and stop complaining about it. It happened. You have the most stacked roster. Us having
that's the whole point. I have the most stacked roster. I drafted that way. Stop trying to build your roster up a little bit by throwing my fucking draft picks on your shit. That's my point.
Listen, by that point, I was just trying to do a champions graphic, and then once I started there, I was like, I think it'd be so much easier if I just do champions, women's, men's, instead of doing one giant graphic, which everybody would be puning. You wouldn't really be able to see. But I thought it worked out pretty well.
I'm sure you did.
Let's see.
You gonna put a poll up, by the way, to see who wins?
There's a poll.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's in the same tweet.
It's a thread. So I did the main tweet. I did everyone's separate rosters. Then I did the poll with the link to the YouTube video.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I already have a vote. That's so weird. That's so crazy. People really love NXT. The people want it.
NXT.
I'm just saying.
Oh, y'all are
Pretty
too
good
funny.
show. It's a pretty good show.
How do I know Matt's gonna hop on the Creatia World Twitter and give himself a vote?
I wouldn't do that. That's not fair. That's cheating. It'd be like also me hopping on Getting Off and giving myself a vote and boosting my votes. That's not fair.
Which you did last time.
I did not do that last time.
Yes, you did. You voted on the Getting Off and you voted on your personal Twitter.
No, I didn't.
He said, no, I did not.
I would never do something like that. That's
Allegations?
Dominic Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero energy that I don't have.
Wow, that's crazy.
I feel
what up, Will?
Oh, I was like, just Matt. Hello, Matt. Hello, Katie. That's me. Maybe Vince doesn't get one.
Maybe not. Maybe there's a delay.
Hola, Vicente. What the fuck's your last name?
Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada.
You guys want me to go back to that? I don't think it matters because we'll have like the things on the bottom and then my name won't even show up. So, but does it still say "May the 4th be with you"? Still?
Oh, I didn't edit that part. Shit. Hold on. I forgot about that. I was just changing the episode name, title, number, whatever.
See, Vince stops getting special treatment when he starts fucking with me on graphics.
What is he talking about? What are you talking about? Fucking with you with graphics?
That's what people said.
What the fuck is going on? Why has everybody got a vendetta against me? First
I
man, not Will.
What happened?
Maybe Will's on my side about you falsifying your graphics.
The cheesy ass grin says it all. Ooh, what'd you do?
No, I genuinely don't know. Will just makes me laugh and brings a smile to my face. I was not...
Send him in the office.
You am I hitting it or?
Yes, Vince, that is your job.
Okay.
No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast on places where you can find people having sex on the internets. Smackin' It Raw. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts. She is host of the She Leads Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd and Storytime with Ms. Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hey.
He is 1/3 and/or 4th. I'm not really sure who's really officially a part of the show of the Get Show podcast. Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada, but also he is the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, my friend Vince.
Gracias, Mateo. Buenos días.
What's going on, guys?
Buenos
How you guys
noches,
doing?
bro. It's fucking nighttime.
He doesn't speak Spanish for real.
He doesn't speak Spanish.
No.
He doesn't
Man, I'm over here dying at the check. I remember.
Because not only are you trying to fuck me, you just had, apparently it's just white men that you have an issue with, right? Like, you're trying to fuck my graphics up, you're fucking Will's graphics up, you made him short, gave him baby Dom because you were upset that he drafted Dom out from under you, wouldn't trade for you.
I thought it'd be
fun. Oh, that makes more sense. I forgot that Will's a part of that draft, and I was like,
what's up off the top?
I completely wasn't sure what happened.
What's going on, Devin? Thanks for coming through, guys. Vince is fucking with everybody, but hey, Vince, while we're here, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about it. We got people in the chat. Let's tell them what's going on. Let's talk about your draft that dropped today for them to go check. Well, actually, I don't remember when it dropped because you promised me like a Sunday and then a Monday. And
it dropped
like a Thursday.
Saturday.
Listen, there were technical difficulties. Life stuff got in the way, but it dropped this Thursday that Shalit happened. It was essentially the kickoff show to Shalit Showcase, and also served as a post show for Shalit. So it's available now on youtube.com/ICSVince, featuring the Warden Matt Ritter, Kitty Kinsey Bay. We did a draft. Go watch it. Tell us why you think Matt's roster is the best. Tell us why you think Katie's roster is the best. Tell us why you don't like my roster and why I shouldn't draft so many Latinos and why I should have more Latinos on my show. But it was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I like doing these draft shows. It was a nice spin on things. We have a poll on my Twitter, so go ahead and on the thread, you can see the rosters, the graphics, and then you can vote on the poll. Let us know.
Do you have the graphics? Can you just pull them up and show everybody on the show so they can take a look?
I don't have them ready, but while you do the spiel, I will pull them up. How's that?
Well, Vince is pulling things out of his pants and or ass. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching us live, whether it is at twitch.tv/Creatia World, where if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming. If you take your Prime Gaming over to your Twitch account and then they have a little baby, that's a free sub, and you can give that free sub away, for adoption or whatever, your body, your choice. Give that sub to your favorite Twitch streamer, whether it is us here at Smackin It Raw, whether it is Miss Katie Kinsey Bay, that way. Yeah, there we go. Over there at the Shalit Showcase. We got our friends over at Off the Top Media in the chat who are part of Rivet City Radio. So you got a bunch of shit over there. Listen, the point is you're supporting your favorite Twitch streamers and it's costing you absolutely fucking nothing. And why does it cost you nothing? Because it is free. You are already paying for Prime. So give it to us and show us some support. The more support that we are shown, the more people see us, the more people enjoy us. We're going to talk about that in a second when we talk about youtube.com/Creatia World, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm and helps find new listeners.
And why is that important to me specifically?
You specifically, because you're a whore.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. I am a whore for your likes, for your comments, for your entertainment. That's what we're here to do. We're here to entertain you. We're here to please you. We're here to pleasure you in your ear holes and every other orifice. That's what I want to do. But I don't want to just please you because I'm a whore. Like, send me over to your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your cousins. Let me orally please them the same way I orally please you, and let Katie and Vince sit here and join me and or just watch when it happens. Regardless of how you want to do it, or who you want me to please, because if you enjoy me, your family's going to enjoy me, your friends should enjoy me. At least I think so. I want you to flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live every Friday for the Creation Conversation at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern for this show, Smackin It Raw. That's what the fuck you're watching right now. And every other Sunday, including tomorrow, for Getting Off, same time, 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern. It is Katie Horror Showcase 2 tomorrow. Katie is coming with the news and the rumors. She's in charge of the show. The only thing I'm doing is making her watch Night of the Demons 2, and we're going to fucking talk about it. It's going to be a good time, so come join us for that.
Yeah.
You know, like we're also here for now. Pornhub.com.
For now.
Creatia World. If you're not familiar with why I say we're the #1 wrestling podcast on places where you can find people having sex, that is where you can find people having sex, and that's where you can find us, including a couple exclusive Pornhub watch-alongs of some porn parodies that Katie actually likes better than some of the horror movies we actually had to make her watch. So, like, go check that out because those are entertaining as fuck. Yeah, no, CreatiaWorld.com will get you the links to everything, so go check that out as well. Vince, are you prepared? Are you ready? You want to pull some things up?
Yeah, I can pull some things up. Let me just get my composure, man. You throw me off sometimes. All right, so we'll start things off with Katie's roster, and we'll start with the champions.
Well, all right. So if you guys are just tuning in, you were listening to me do that long spiel and you don't know what the fuck's going on. Vince is about to display the rosters that were drafted by us that you can go check out at his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then you guys can also go to @SESVince and see the rosters and see the poll and vote for who did the best draft. Katie was NXT.
Yeah. Katie, do you want to run down your champions since this is your roster?
Yeah.
Real quick before she does, disclaimer. While every champion's graphic has Julia Hart and Sky Blue on it, only one roster actually drafted Julia Hart and Sky Blue, and that was moi. But because they're the tag team champions, they can appear on any show, but they're not officially part of her draft or Vince's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Look how pretty they look in that line with Kalani Jordan. Ugh. Yeah, so my champions, Rhea Ripley, my queen, my mommy, NXT Women's Champion, Trick Williams, Trick Willy Wonka, if you will, my NXT champion, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Adam Cole, Bay coming back. And listen, Xylie's not in WWE anymore, or she would have been on this list. Trust me.
Yeah.
Adam Cole is my North American champion. Kalani Jordan is my North American Women's Champion. And then heel Creeds, specifically, are my tag team champions.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't draft Sonya. It's fine.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
She's always in my heart. Because she's injured and she hasn't been on TV in a while. All right, leave me alone.
Fair enough. So let's check out the rest of the women's roster for Katie's NXT Bay.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I have the least amount of people on the roster.
We actually have the same amount.
Well, in general, like I have the least amount of people on my roster.
Oh, okay.
But I got Naomi,
you went for quality.
Nia Jax, Toni Storm. It's a weird ass picture you got of Mariah May, by the way. It took me a second to even realize that was her. Heel Ivy Nile, Shayna Baszler, Sol Ruka, Fire Desire, my Unholy Union, my Witches, Alba Fire, Isle of Dawn, and then Lash Legend and Dakara Jackson, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Fantastic.
Good lineup. And then last but not least, let's check out that men's roster, which is a little bit more beefy.
A little bit, not too much, but I got the entirety of the New Day because in my world, Big E's not hurt and he can still wrestle.
You just took down the
my apologies. My apologies. I was trying to open up Matt's to get that set and ready to go. My apologies. Technical difficulties.
I can't win with him, apparently. I didn't make Shayna a champion. He's mad. God damn. Anyways.
Rika's coming for you. That's your advocate, by the way.
That is my advocate, by the way. I don't know what is happening with the screen. The New Day, Andrade, Pretty Deadly, LA Knight, Ilya Dragunov, Braun Breaker, because I have to. Giovanni Vinci, Will Ospreay, heel Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes, Seth Rollins, the entirety of the BCC, so Utes, All-American Dragon Jake Long, Bryan Danielson, Claudio, John Moxley, and the entirety of the Undisputed Kingdom. I mainly just wanted Adam Cole, and Wardlow, but for roster's sake, Roddy, Taven, Bennett, War Daddy.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 for 1 because you for sure wanted Wardlow on there, and you got Adam Cole.
Get Pretty Kyle out of here. He's a part of the BCC.
What do you have against the hardest part of the ring, man?
I mean, you need mid-carders, Reek, right? That's why
someone needs to lose to Chad Gable
for that.
Someone needs to lose to Chad Gable.
Listen, I'm just saying, Chad Gable and Roddy about to have the best match probably on this show, at least once a week.
I believe it, 100%.
Chad Gable is my star.
Since your roster's smaller than mine, are you going to go next or am I going next? Because
I think I'm a go next just because you. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go next, and you're gonna go last.
Well, it's because you have fucking guerrilla warfare happening on your goddamn show.
Yeah, this man got mob warfare.
Every faction humanly possible.
As an Italian from Chicago, we needed some warfare going. We needed gang warfare on
Listen,
Raw's
man,
radar, right?
We're trying to escape allegations. All right, so let's start with 6-star SmackDown's champions. Obviously, number 1 overall pick for SmackDown, Sheamus. He's, of course, our undisputed champion. We had Cody Rhodes with the 3rd pick. You know, he's Mr. America, so he's going to be our United States champion. We're not afraid to push Latinos over here. Tenemos cero miedo. So we put the tag titles on the Lucha Bros. And, you know, Pamela Martinez, you know, she's embracing her Latino roots, and we're rewarding her by letting her keep the championship. This man did not make Sheamus. I did. And obviously,
fair, he wanted to make Sheamus the Intercontinental Champion, but he's also not a fan of making good trades. So
we'll talk about that trade afterwards, and the chat can decide whether or not that was a good trade or not. So obviously, Julia Hart and Sky Blue can appear on the show, but they weren't actually drafted by me. So I'm putting that caveat out there. But yeah, Pam, she's my legit women's champion. The gimmick is now out of control. Vince. Listen, I lost the gimmick for a minute there.
The gimmick died 2 years ago, and then he just revived it all of a fucking sudden.
It came back like an Undertaker gong. Okay, next up, we're going to go and check out the rest of my women's roster, which also has 13 women, but I think it's pretty solid. So we look dead center in the middle. We starting with Jade Cargill, the biggest free agent signing in SmackDown history, and she's staying on the blue brand. We got Becky Lynch. We got Charlotte. We got Sasha Banks. She's no longer Mercedes. She's back to being Sasha Banks. We got Tiffany Stratton as well. Those are going to be the pillars, so to speak, not literally like AEW. We got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven to help out the tag team division. We want more Latinas, so we got Elektra Lopez and Selena Vega. We got Mia Yim, and then we got Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell right over there. Pretty solid roster.
He does have all 4 horsewomen.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Which we didn't realize until like after the fact. Okay,
he redeemed.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I saw Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, and I feel like I didn't actually add all the members of my roster, and I might have missed out on someone. So let's just double check, shall we? So we have the entirety of the Judgment Day minus Rhea Ripley, so Damian Priest, JD, Finn, Dom. We got all the Latinos that I can grab in the BOGO. So I got Legado, Paquete de Lobos over there with Angel Umberto and Santos. Carlito's there because he was part of the package deal. So it's Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild, Rey Mysterio, the entirety of the OC. But I'm calling them Bullet Club here. So AJ Styles and the club are back together. I got Katsuchi Oganda, New Cash Republic, CM Punk, Swerve Strickland, Shinsuke Nakamura, Drew McIntyre, and the Usos are back together on my roster. And they're not showed here, but I also do have DIY on my roster.
Yeah, you pulled that up, and I was like, yeah, that's disrespectful to Shawn Michaels and Triple H. How dare you?
I forgot to add Anime DX in there. But in my defense, I spent the entirety of today and yesterday mostly working on both of your graphics. So I just kind of put this one together last minute.
Psychotic, he says.
Oh man,
I think he's just grilling us. This is good.
Yeah.
Animaniacs
We'll see how he feels about my roster because
We'll
see how he feels about my roster because I'm.
Well, no, he's gonna fucking love yours and whatever. I'm gonna lose. Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. So let's start with Raw is Ritter's champions. Matt, you have the floor.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, correcting a wrong that WWE did. Our champion, our world heavyweight champion, our WWE world heavyweight champion, the one, the only Samoa Joe. The Street Profits are our tag team champions. Again, I drafted Julia Hart and Sky Blue.
This is bullshit.
So they are our tag team champions. I put the women's title on Io Sky because she is my daughter's favorite wrestler. And then, though I did draft them first, I put the Intercontinental Championship on the Don, Tony D'Angelo.
What a nice looking man.
You got to start somewhere with that singles title. You can't just make him champ right off the bat. He's got to work his way up, right?
Why not? I did that with Sheamus.
Sheamus has been champion before. You did not
Sheamus has
do
been
that
a world
with champion.
He's never been undisputed champion.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
So, it's first time for everything. It's the come up story. So we'll save the men's roster for after. Let's start with the women's.
Well, that's what we've been doing,
first.
so that's a good way. We have the entirety of Damage Control, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai. We have B-Fab and Adriana Rizzo. We have Thea Hale. We have Caden and Katana. We have Jada Parker. We have Lola Vice. Then on the bottom, we got Scarlett, Gigi Dolan, Thekita Lyons, Bianca Belair, Lyra Valkyria, and Roxanne Perez. Now, mind you, a lot of these, Thea, Rizzo, B-Fab, Scarlett, all came with collective drafts of factions because all you're about to see. So
this man decided I'm gonna go and draft factions today and went on a faction drafting spree and got to them before we could. His first two picks were two factions.
Crazy. I had the family as my third pick.
I had the I had the bloodline as my second pick, to be honest with you. But
this is just like pissing me off where you're living this.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, over on Raw is Ritter, we have starting at the top. We drafted Chase U. We have the entirety of Chase U.
Faction.
Then we have OTM.
Faction.
We have the family.
Faction.
Bo Dallas, Taylor Rotunda, Uncle Howdy, whatever iteration he ends up being, we've got him. We have Gallus because I wanted to do a Scottish Mafia, but Vince wouldn't make a trade for me. We have the entirety of the House of Black.
Faction.
Kevin Owens.
No faction.
The entirety of the Bloodline, including Roman Reigns. So we've got Tama Tonga, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, and Tonga Loa.
Oh,
Akam, Razor.
I messed up.
Cross on there.
Yeah, I think I might have forgotten. He's on there
too.
You
forgot the main person of that faction.
It's Scarlett. It's Scarlett.
So Karrion Kross should also be on there next to Paul Ellering.
I'll
we have
that.
Imperium, Gunther, and Ludwig Kaiser. We have Awesome Truth. We have Oba Femi. We have Bobby Lashley. We have Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen.
He's got a collective, like if you want to count like Imperium as a faction, if they add someone or whatever, like if you want to be
technical. They're not a faction anymore. They're technically a tag team now.
He has 9 factions on his fucking roster.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you count Damage Control.
6, 7, 8. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm mad that we were doing this. That was also, mind you, this draft was at like 2 a.m.
No, it was not.
Fucking felt like it.
So yeah, go vote for who had the best draft.
No, I wonder who the fuck's gonna win. Fucking whatever.
Second place, baby.
If I get fucking third, I'm killing you both.
And I forgot to add DIY on mine, so if I really do get second place, like, man, I forgot.
You...
Okay, wait, hold on. What's Rick saying?
Crazy thing is, as fire as his roster, I'd still give a slight nod to Vince. If he just got his champs. If she down here got her champs right.
All right. Well, now that we've spent half an hour opening the show talking about the draft,
Christ.
Katie, news and rumors, what do you got for us? Since you didn't get to do them on your show.
Since there's only fucking 3, Jerry Lawler is officially gone from WWE. They said, "Fuck you, old man. We don't need you anymore. Bye-bye. See you later." Thank God, because... But now people are fantasy booking him in AEW with Jim Ross, and I don't want that shit either. Come on. No. Stop stroking that.
Stroke whatever I want on the show. It's my show.
No. Anyways, Monday Night Raw will stay on the USA Network until January, when their deal with Netflix starts, and SmackDown will be moving to USA in, I believe, September.
I know you
so
did.
That means we are getting both. That's not surprising. Where was he when we were talking about him earlier? Yeah, so USA will have both Monday Night Raw and I'm assuming Friday Night SmackDown. They never said if it was changing days, but I'm assuming that's the case for the rest of the year, starting in September. And then, oh God, Alicia Taylor, who was the ring announcer in NXT for 5 years, which I didn't even realize it was 5 years, moved up to SmackDown, which I believe now Mike Rome will be moving to NXT. That means for the first time in WWE history, or just like the history of like most places, we have 2 black female ring announcers on the 2 main shows. I'm putting it in quotes because NXT deserves the respect it gets. And that's fucking awesome. So that's literally all I had. I didn't really pay much attention to news and rumors this week because other things got me more mad.
Speaking of which, respect women's wrestlers, respect women. Don't be a fucking asshole. And if you're online and someone is being a fucking asshole, don't double down and try and support them and act like they're right when clearly they're not. If you do think that they're right and you think that the way a woman dresses or what she wears in the ring is an open invitation to be sexually harassed, or even just because she's a celebrity, it's an invite to be sexually harassed. I hope that you are not medically or chemically, but physically neutered.
Oh man.
Also,
with rusty garden shears.
Don't give fatherly advice.
Yeah,
that is basically just telling women to cover up.
As a father of a woman, go suck a dick for that advice.
I typically don't even respond to that shit, but I saw that and I was like, you know what, fuck it, game on, and I responded twice.
Reek is correct. Some drunk old white guy got kicked out of a bar through a scene.
Oh.
Apparently, he used to wrestle down south in like Georgia or some shit. I guess they like him in North Carolina. I don't know who the fuck he is, and nobody cares anymore.
That's crazy. I also responded to that. Completely forgot it happened. This week has been long.
All right, let's get into what we are here for, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Spits and swallows.
Yeah.
Vince, are you ready to go? You look distracted. You busy? You good?
Yeah, I'm trying to make up for my past transgressions and try to add a quick solo graphic for Karrion Kross on the subtweet so people know that you have.
Well, yeah, because he just did one for fucking DIY.
Katie, spit or swallow?
Goddamn, drink down. I'm going to. You know what? Since I didn't get to draft them, I'm gonna swallow the family making fucking moves in NXT. Listen, they locked this poor ref in the freezer, and they stole his shirt. And during the match between Baby Regal and friends and Tyson and Tariq, they were like, "Oh, we don't have a ref. That's so crazy." And what?
Do we know that they locked him in the freezer?
No, they showed the video.
Circumstantial at best. All right.
I mean, regardless, it's fine because we got Stacks as the special guest referee
We did.
while the rest of the family was standing ringside. And they helped right a wrong that happened last week because Tyson and Tyreek should have won last week and they didn't. And I was mad about that. And they beat Baby Regal and Friends this week. And then at the end of NXT, the very last thing you see, fucking Miles Bourne, the friends of Baby Regal and Friends got beat up, thrown in the back of the car. They were beat up. Yes, they were.
They were just trying to make sure they fit back there so that they could close the trunk. All right.
Listen, I'm on the side of the family. I'm just saying what I saw with my beeper.
I'm letting you know that your perception was possibly a bit off. They were just trying to make everyone fit in the back so they could all go for a nice car ride. They wanted to make sure that everyone was safe and the trunk closed. All right.
Safe in the trunk. Yeah, 2 big ass fucking men put them in the trunk. And now we get Tony D'Angelo versus Baby Regal next week for the Heritage Cup. And if Tony doesn't win, I'm calling bullshit. Ava and I are going to have a conversation.
Do we really want him to? I want him to have a championship, but man, the Heritage Cup championship just feels like
you got to start somewhere, Vince. Right?
That's like That's like a participation medal of NXT.
Not really. I mean, it is one of the only things from NXT UK that carried over. As I said, in my personal opinion, if anyone knows about Heritage and NXT, it is the Don Tony D'Angelo. We even saw some of his heritage out there. We had a couple extra family members hanging out ringside. Like, y'all were like, I need a bigger family. We had 2 guys I thought were the Impractical Jokers, but they just were discounted Practical Jokers hanging out ringside, with Luca, just making sure shit went as it was supposed to go.
It would have been so much funnier, though, if it was Q and Sal from Impractical Jokers.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, if anyone knows about Heritage, it's the Don. Let the Don get the Heritage Cup. Let him do something with it. Like, put it up in the restaurant, make it relevant. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, they're setting aside space and everything. It'll be great.
Any other thoughts?
I think it was fun. The family were fun this week on NXT. They did some cool shit.
The family are always fun on NXT.
I'm not saying they're not every week. I'm just specifying that this week they did fun shit. Go check it out.
Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada. Spitter swallow.
You know what? I'm all about the romance, and I don't have many things from NXT, so let's knock them out of the way. Let's talk about that Supernova sessions with Trick Williams and the sexual tension between Trick Willy Wonka and Lash Legend. Lash accidentally slipping up and calling Trick babe. Trick wants to go public with the relationship. Lash still wants to keep things private. Metaphor don't know what the fuck to make out of this. I like this, but I'm not a fan of Noam Dar being the first challenger for Trick Williams Championship because I just don't. I think it's very lackluster. However, it's fine. It's whatever. As long as it leads to more Lash Trick, that's all that matters. So I'm swallowing Trick Willy Wonka and Lash Legend.
Oh, so good. I love this shit so fucking much.
Oh, man.
So fun. Not what I expected to be in the envelope, but I was a little underwhelmed.
The reveal was underwhelming, right? Like, we were expecting, I'm not the father, which he said, blah, 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 but, like, it was just that. My thing was, did anyone notice swallowing Trick Willy Wonka is fucking wild? Well, break me off a piece of that Trick Cat bar.
Bravo, sir. Well done.
She said she liked Kit Kat bar. She's breaking off a piece of that
I know.
Kit Kat bar.
Gonna get you those snaps.
Here's the thing. Did anyone else feel like Noam Dar was a little jealous of Trick Williams and Lash's relationship with the way that he came out with that elbow? I don't feel like that was like I'm challenging you for the title. I feel like he saw what was going on there, and he feels like him and
He
Lash
thought-
are in
he
some
thought him and
sort of
Lash
relationship.
had-
He thought he had that on lock, and apparently he's friend zoned, and he doesn't know any better.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw. That look in his face really just screamed friend zoned.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, been there, not fun, but like I get it.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess if we're gonna do this, I will also go NXT
Hell yeah.
because I have to correct something that I sent to Just over on the Get Yo podcast and he hasn't responded to yet. I don't know what he's doing today. Swallowing Shayna Baszler defeating Carmen Petrovich and her new entrance, because the Get Yo podcast boys were talking a lot of shit about Carmen stealing Xia Li's deal and looking like Kill
No,
Bill and all this.
different.
And I'm like, you do realize she is a karate champion, like Ontario Summer Olympics gold medalist karate champion. When you guys were like, why is she doesn't even know how to swing that sword?
That's blasphemy right there, but like it's also different. It's not like it's different things. They both had weapons, but like they are portrayed differently, completely differently.
Also, how funny is it? Because I believe the Sky Blue stuff happened Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday after
For the Ring of
Dynamite.
Honor taping. Because on Tuesday, Carmen and her best friend Natalia, because she has bad taste in friends, are walking backstage, and some dude comes up to her and he's like, "Hey, don't worry about losing because you're still hot," and she drops his ass.
Oh yeah, that's one of those fucking weird ass dudes they hired from the Next Gen show or whatever.
Was it?
Yeah, his name's BJ. So if that tells you anything.
Oh, I remember him. He was a douchebag.
If the boot fucking fits.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Shayna got the win.
Hell yeah.
Enjoyed that for her. Love seeing that happen. Choked out Carmen. I enjoyed the match. I thought the entrance was cool as fuck. Vince says he's a piece of shit.
You mean Will?
Will, yes. Will says he's a piece of shit.
I mean, also,
me or the BJ guy?
You for making him the smallest one on the roster and giving him Baby Dom. No, the BJ guy.
He drafted Baby Dom.
Speaking of BJ guys, Vince, spit or swallow.
That's crazy.
Wow. The fuck? I don't even know where. You know what? I'm gonna stay in NXT. I'm gonna do a quick one because I wasn't ready for my main swallow. So I'm gonna swallow my boy Wesley being back. He had a very emotional entrance. Like he had kind of like the whole rah-rah, like running through the tunnel of a sports game, like type entrance through the backstage area to the crowd. He who did he face? Josh Briggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really care who he faced. I just cared that he got the win. He was in there. He came back. I don't really care about his opponents. I just care about Wesley himself. I want him to be back in that North American title picture. I don't necessarily want him to beat Obafemi for it because Obafemi is that dude.
He is.
But
he's raw.
Shut oh man.
I hate you.
Wesley versus Obafemi. Feed it to me right now. I'm looking forward to it. Swallowing Wesley's return.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not.
Jesus.
Katie, spit or swallow.
You're such a hater sometimes. It's so funny.
I
That's
actually
for
gave Vince shit for not
someone
drafting. I gave Vince shit for not drafting the only Matt Shitty Kid left on the roster.
To be fair, when I got to the last pick, I saw Charlotte was still there, and I wanted more women, and I'm like, Charlotte, Wesley, Charlotte, Wesley.
I would pick Wesley, but that's just me.
Charlotte has more value. That might get the Will pick right there.
I don't know. Apparently, she goes to bars with a old drunk white guy that yells at bartenders and causes problems. You know, he brings his family there. So, anyway, Katie, spit or swallow.
Yeah, that's a choice. I'm going to. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna swallow Ilya Dragunov versus Ricochet. My fucking god, what a good match! That was so good. I love Dragunov, and Ricochet gets a lot of shit, and that's not fair to him. He puts on a hell of a show when he's allotted that time and the opportunity to do so. Ricochet is basically like what The Miz used. He's like Dolph. He's like Dolph Ziggler. Like, you put him in a spot, he's gonna show out. He's gonna put his life on the line and do what he can. And against Dragunov, who is fucking insane and will harm himself if it also harms you, that was a perfect first round match for Dragunov. Like,
it was a good
no
showcase for
complaints.
Ricochet,
10
too.
out of 10. Oh yeah, and Ricochet was like, did a nice little promo, like after the fact, pissed off and like fed up. I get it. I understand, sir. Like, what a fucking match.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was. What?
I said I concur.
Oh, I thought you said I can't hear you. No, it was a good match. I just. Okay. I'd rather do something more with Ilya than just have him put on a banger with Ricochet. But I know he just got there. I know.
What do you want him to do? Like,
he's
like
gonna face
gold. That's what they're
in
doing with him. They're gonna put him in the. He's in the tournament. What else? Like,
it's Ricochet. Like,
okay, who would you have him face in the first round?
Anyone else except for the person that I'm about to talk about, because they're not on the same show. I am swallowing a Solo Sikoa explaining to Paul Heyman that not only is he costing the bloodline money, but that Paul hasn't talked to Roman, but Solo has. And according to Solo, he no.
I think Solo's
Let's
full of shit.
let's not quote.
He's full of shit.
Anyway, according to Solo, Roman has dubbed him the interim
allegedly
tribal chief.
Cap.
That's Cap.
And Paul
Cap,
is now
lied.
his wise man. There was a very uncomfortable hug, and apparently Paul needs to fix his attitude. But this is all in precursor to Tama Tonga coming out and defeating Angelo Dawkins to win a first round qualifier for the King of the Ring with a banger ass entrance.
That's another person who people talk about the Street Profits all the time. Montez Ford is the star of the group. Yes, 100%. But you 100% have to put respect on Dawkins' name. He is the moments he has had throughout the years, and like just the small moments that he does get and the few single things he does get, like, god fucking damn, that was such a good match. And like the mob attack on Montez Ford on the outside, like
that's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
You could have gone Marty Jannetty too. So what I want to see is Tama Tonga versus Ilya Dragunov
in the
See
finals.
Finals.
Yes.
What about Jay versus Tama?
No.
I was just throwing out scenarios. Okay.
Listen, Jay has gone for the world heavyweight title. He has been in the mix for the IC title. I don't need Jay winning the King of the Ring too. We don't need to give Jay fucking everything. And also,
trust me,
I want to save. I'm not a huge fan of Jay going back and hanging out with Roman and Jimmy to begin with. I personally hope Roman and Jimmy go and get Jacob, and it's a 3-on-3. It's Roman, Jimmy, and Jacob versus Solo, Tama, and
no. I think Jacob is gonna for sure side with the Solo.
I love how everyone acts like they know, like they're fucking booking shit, and they're like, "This is gonna happen. He's gonna go here." Everyone's fantasy
acting
booking.
like they know shit. None of us fucking knew Tonga was showing up.
I was gonna say, yeah, exactly. None of us knew Tonga was showing up. If you put Jacob with them, then it's 4, and the most that they can get is 3, unless you start adding Cody Rhodes and as everyone said, like if it's Bloodline Civil War, like we don't want to see Sammy, we don't want to see Cody, we don't want to see that shit.
Sammy's gonna be honorary use with the Usos and Roman.
That's a terrible fucking idea.
I'm not saying it's a good one. I'm saying it's what's happening.
It would make perfect sense to me that Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso are like, after seeing what these guys are doing, we need to go get someone that's.
Hey, Rikishi might show up and actually support his sons.
I hope that your one theory is correct, and that The Rock is really leading the Solo Sikoa faction, and that Rikishi does show up and super kicks both of his kids, and then says he did it for The Rock.
Get the
and sides with Solo because he only wears Solo's merch. But anyway,
that's true.
It's like, tell me who's your favorite kid without telling me who's your favorite kid.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, everything
That's
Bloodline
crazy.
on SmackDown. Tama getting the win.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga. What a man.
I like the entrance for Tama Tonga. I just kind of wish there was a little, no pun intended, just Solo, just him by himself, just to get the full essence of like the pyro and the theme and stuff. He just kind of felt like the number 2 guy in that entrance, right next to Solo Sikoa. So that's my only little nitpick, but it was good. I kind of was hoping we'd see the Guerrillas of Destiny theme or the Firing Squad theme, but
it probably won't happen. And if it does happen, it'll probably only be when they tag.
I hope it doesn't fucking happen. You know why? Because the Bullet Club doesn't exist in WWE.
Those weren't Bullet Club themes. Those were specific to Guerrillas of Destiny,
who were a part of the Bullet Club. Is the Firing Squad not a sub-faction of the Bullet Club?
No. Technically speaking, they're their own entity.
They called themselves the Firing Squad while they were part of the
weren't
Bullet
the
Club,
Firing Club.
They kind of. Anyway, Vince, if you're going to be difficult about this, neither here nor there. They are now the Bloodline. They are now. They're not that. That doesn't exist. I'm fine with letting them do the face paint like you talked about. I'm fine. I don't give a fuck. They're somewhere else. They get a new theme song. Fucking let Def Rebel make them a terrible fucking theme song like they do everyone else.
Wow, that's crazy.
Anyway, they can do the face paint thing. I agreed with you on that. But we're not we let them keep their names. They're not going to be Guerrillas of Destiny. They're not going to be the Firing Squad. They're not going to get their
what about
theme.
So based off of that argument as well, Cody Rhodes should have not came back with Kingdom because he used it as a member of Bullet Club and a member of the Elite.
Did he?
Yes, because he used that as a Bullet Club leader.
Okay,
for his Bullet Club theme song.
Where Cody Rhodes was nationally recognized, went to AEW, made himself one of the biggest stars in the company, versus Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa coming over. Those are not equal. Those are not equal. Neither here nor there. We've spent too much time on this. Katie, spit or swallow.
Yeah, I was like, can I go, please? My God. You two have been bickering. Jesus. Relax. Children.
All day, Ashley.
Literally all day, blowing up my fucking phone.
He's been on bullshit all day. It's not my fault.
You two are. I'm spitting the idea of a double champion happening again because I thought we were done with this bullshit. I really thought we were done with this, and you know how much I hate double champions. But no, let's make Cody's next challenger the United States champion. Sure. It's a champion versus champion match. No, I don't care. I don't want a double champion.
I understand that, but hear me out. We all fucking hate Logan Paul, right?
Yeah, so he doesn't deserve
So we get the belt off him. We get the belt off him. Cody gets to be Grand Slam champion. We get Cody 2 straps, baby.
I don't.
Or because Vince drafted him to the Latino delegation, Cody Dos straps.
I don't.
So I'm just saying, fuck Logan.
Let me just ask for clarification purposes. Did they actually say that the U.S. title was going to be on the line as well, or only Cody's title? Because the way I interpreted everything was
champion versus champion match.
It's two champion versus champion.
The winner gets the other belt.
I don't believe they.
Then why would Cody say that? Oh, if I beat you, then I get to be a Grand Slam champion.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Never mind. I retract my statement.
And that really.
Thank you.
I'm stressed.
I just want a clarification. Is all.
I hate this narrative of Will's been pushing of when the dog catches a car and they don't have a plan for him. I don't think that they don't have a plan for him. This is the second pay-per-view after Cody won the title. His first defense was against one of the biggest names in the company. They put on a banger match. Now he's going against a champion on SmackDown. Yes, he's going to be that. I said this when I talked about this at WrestleMania. He's going to be a fighting champion. He's going to be the guy that goes out there and defends it against everybody.
I know.
Logan, again, as they said, as much as I don't fucking like the guy, almost beat Roman Reigns for that title in Saudi last year. He's your U.S. champion.
I have a question. For the longest time, we all were saying Saudi shows aren't canon. Are they canon now because Seth won the title at a Saudi show?
See, and that's where
I think they're selective. I think it's just one of those things where it's like when it fits their narrative, they're canon. When it doesn't, it is not canon. And I think that's just the inconsistency with the Saudi shows, unfortunately.
I disagree. I mean, once they kind of hammer some things out, maybe depending on who wins King of the Ring and who Cody's next big villain is.
Gunther. It's Gunther. It needs to be Gunther.
Gunther's on the wrong fucking show.
I don't give a shit. Do a trade.
No.
Yes.
Let Gunther win the Rumble.
I don't want to see Gunther and Damian Priest. I don't want to fucking see that match.
Nobody wants to see Gunther versus Damian Priest.
Like, it'd be a great match or whatever. I don't give a fuck. No, Gunther and Cody is the story.
You just want to watch Damian Priest get beat down because he is not holding his own against Gunther. He's not that wrestler.
I think so. I think he is. I think he surprised you.
He
had probably the match of the year in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny.
No, Bad Bunny had the match of the year, and he was support. he got best supporting actor.
Damn.
Wow, somebody else laughed and heard that. I don't even know where that fucking came from. So anyway,
wasn't over here.
It was my house. Never mind. Just ignore it. Go.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. Like, I'm not against this. We'll see what happens. I'm for it. Vince, spit or swallow.
Okay, I'm gonna move on over to Raw because I think I'm done with NXT content because we've kind of addressed all the things I liked. Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. It's getting a cargo leaning more on the swallow side based on this week's developments. I have not been feeling Liv Morgan's character. The whole Revenge Tour thing angle I haven't liked, but the whole promo with Becky I appreciate it and I like more because it looks like, okay, this is the lane we're going and we're sticking in this lane. This is 2 weeks in a row we've gotten some sort of tease with Dominic Mysterio. Last week when they walked out of the same locker room together, like maybe 10 seconds apart from one another. Then this week, Dominic Mysterio had the purple bandana. Then later on in the show, didn't have the bandana on. And then you can see in the picture that Liv had the bandana in her pocket, tucked in. So then you go and correlate that with the promo that she had with Becky Lynch. It's like, what's different now is that now I have purpose. And my purpose is to take everything that Rhea Ripley loves. I took her out. Now I'm going to take her championship. I'm going to take everything she loves. I'm going to be Women's World Champion. And one of the things that Rhea loves is Dominic Mysterio. Whether people love him or not, Rhea does love him. If you want to actually get her in the path of a heel, there's no better person to help her get heel heat than Dominic Mysterio. And when Rhea Ripley comes back, she's going to get a huge pop. That interaction when she sees Dominic Mysterio with Liv Morgan, I'm not saying that's exactly where they're going, but if this is the avenue in which the story is going to take, I'm all for it. I'm gargling, but leaning more towards the swallow. It's gonna depend on the week-to-week basis. But right now, I like what I saw last week. And then you add the fact that Damage Control came in to attack both her and Becky, and she slid out of the ring, and she's like, "That ain't my problem." Basically, just kind of like gave Becky Lynch to Tobey Maguire. I missed the part where "That's my problem" line from Spider-Man 1. So I'm all for it. I like it. So that gets swallow-ish gargle.
I can't wait for Liv Morgan to drop that Buddy Murphy sex tape. I swallowed as well. She said she's going to take everything that Rhea loves, right? Anyway.
Go fucking far. How dare you? How goddamn dare you?
I personally enjoyed Liv coming in, pretending like she and letting her get jumped. Oh, sorry. Pretending she was going to fight with Becky and then bailing and letting her get jumped, and Lyra coming down to make the save, blowing by her. I enjoyed that whole thing. You know, just like, fuck you, have fun. Not my problem.
Which is how it should be.
I agree. And then Lyra also defeated Dakota. So, you know, I drafted Lyra all pluses in my book. Looks like my draft picks are just winning left and right. You know, Lyra got the win. The family got
Shayna got the win. Shout out to NXT.
Yeah, she did. All right. I'm going to swallow my daughter's favorite wrestler, Io, defeating Natalya in a qualifier for the Queen of the Ring. Dakota standing in for an injured Asuka against Lyra as well. So we got 2 members of Damage Control qualifying in the Queen of the Ring qualifier.
What?
Was that not Io versus Natalya? Was that not a match?
It was, but Dakota didn't win.
Oh, no, Dakota lost. You're right.
That's why I was confused.
Lyra won. Yes. I wanted Lyra versus Asuka. Asuka was unavailable. That's what we were looking for. But Lyra won. Yes, you were correct. Yes. So, yeah, we got Lyra winning. We got Io winning. Monday was a good night for me.
Yeah. Apparently so.
Which one of you guys wants to go next? I don't even remember who
went I don't even know what the fucking order is anymore.
I just sit back and you're supposed to tell us when we go, so I just sit back and just wait until you say something.
Well, while I figure that out, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/creationworld, you go to that link. And when you go there, you get 3 shows for $1. You get Return to Wrestling with me and Travis, where we talk old school WCW. We started at the very first Nitro. We've worked our way all the way up to our next episode that'll drop later this month, Halloween Havoc 1998. Now, Fall Brawl War Games 1998 is available. Everything that we have recorded so far from the very first Nitro to Fall Brawl War Games 1998 is available for that $1. But same dollar, not a different dollar. You also get Multiverse with Travis and Mara, where they break down DC animated films. They recently did Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. So that's available, but everything they've done under the Red Hood, all of the DC animated films that they've watched and reviewed, all available for that same dollar. And then last but not least, our newest addition to the show. It is If You Have to Ask. It is an Am I the Asshole podcast with my wife, Kate, and I, and on occasion, special guests, where we read Am I the Asshole posts from Reddit, and you get a little peek into our personal lives and our relationship and her yelling at me and fun shit like that. It's always a good time. So go check that out as well. Now, if you got some money and you want to show us some extra support, we've got other tiers. One of those tiers offers you this show ad-free, but since you are watching us live and did not choose to subscribe to watch the Patreon and watch it there, you're going to have to sit through an ad break. But we got awesome sponsors, and Travis is here to tell you about them right now.
Tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high-quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try W today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
It is in the description. You know what else is in the description? What we're talking about today, who my guests are, where you can find us. Speaking of my guests, my co-host, Katie Spitter Swallow.
I had a feeling it was gonna be me. I'm going to have anything from Dynamite. I definitely do. What do I have? So I'm gonna swallow Adam Copeland versus Brody King in one hell of a match. And then he also had a really good match with Kyle O'Reilly on Collision. They keep confusing me when they put Collision and Rampage like back to back and like not when they need to be on the. It's throwing me off.
Blame the NBA playoffs.
Fuck basketball. So Copeland had really good matches both nights and challenged Malachi to a barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT title. I don't know if they said Double or Nothing because I like kind of wasn't listening, but like I kind of was. This was like at 10:30. This was like right before I was getting ready. So
I really enjoyed Malachi Black's narrative on destroying Cope and making it so that he can live again. Basically, like, you know, you broke your neck, you were able to be a father, you were able to live a whole new life, and then you came back to wrestling, and I'm basically going to destroy you so that you can go back to living again and not throwing away everything for professional wrestling. Like that whole narrative thing that Malachi Black did was really cool. Him showing up and then disappearing as he does, basically telling Adam to attack with the chair. Yeah, you know, being the evil in his ear. Enjoyed all that. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm cool with this. I hope that Cope and Malachi put on a really, really, really good fucking match, and that Tony Khan sees this and sees the star that is Malachi Black and moves him, you know, possibly puts a TNT title on him, finally let him get a singles title, but like it boosts him up the card maybe a little bit, preps him for something a little bigger where I thought he was going to be anyway, and he's not, which is why I drafted him back to WWE under my care and guidance where he can be used properly.
It's almost like he's a good character and a great wrestler, and it's almost like a full package of what a modern wrestler in 2024 would look like if he would start a company.
Listen, Malachi definitely has a full package.
You should know.
A really, really soothing voice. Like Savannah and I talked about it. I could listen to that man tell stories. Just all
he did tell stories for a while there before he left.
I want an audio book. I just want to sit there and just listen to Malachi.
I want to hear him read an audio book of like the shit that my wife has me read.
Fucking 50 Shades type shit.
No, better than
type shit.
Better than that. Yeah,
I said type shit, not that book specifically.
Let Malachi read
shit.
smut to me, please.
Please. Okay. Who do I have to pay?
I want him. I want Malachi to be the English narrator for Spanish telenovelas, and just to see what that experience would be like.
Listen,
talk.
Like Jane
if anyone in AEW is listening to this, please pass this on to Malachi Black. Open an OnlyFans where it is just you reading smut novels.
I'm paying $100 right now.
Selena Vega can prank call Dominic Mysterio in the background if that'll help.
No, so like it can be two sides of the OnlyFans. Like you get Malachi reading smut, and then you get Zelina doing prank calls. I mean, take my money.
Yeah. Right.
Who do I got to talk to?
Facts. Fair.
Is Malachi reading smut going on your list? Because I don't think you've written anything down so far. I wrote down Cody Dose straps, by the way.
And I don't know.
We have a history of Dose straps titles. All right. Listen, you put that United States Championship on Cody Rhodes. Not only is he America's ass, he is now America's dick.
Oh my God.
Okay. The lower part of America.
And then, you know, he's got the United States title. He brings back the winged eagle, like, together. Anyway, Vince, Spitter Swallow.
I'm gonna lump two things together just because I'm not just a wrestling fan. I'm a fan of multitude of entertainments. And one of the most entertaining thing the last couple of weeks has been this rap beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. We got 2 Kendrick Lamar references on the show. So I'm going to swallow Kofi Kingston, his little backstage stuff where he was hyping up his King of the Ring match versus Rey Mysterio, saying how it should have been Xavier Woods defending his crown, but he's going to be in there winning that crown for Woods. He said he was going to beat down Rey Mysterio like he was Drake or Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry. Well, what the fuck was that?
Who did that?
Not me.
That was fucking
There's
scary.
a ghost in the machine.
Was that you, Matt? Matt, did you do that?
I did not do that.
Oh, okay.
You had to have.
Why did I have to do it?
It wasn't me.
I was not touching the keyboard.
It was
Anyways,
Jesus.
It was Jesus.
And he's still
Because Vince is not topless. Jesus hacked the system
hacked
and
the fucking
interrupted Vince
mainframe.
talking about Kofi and Woods and Kendrick.
anyway, yeah, like
BBLs, BBL Drake. Should that be our title? BBL Drake is our title.
BBL something. Pin that somewhere. But yeah, Kofi went ahead and said, like he said, he was going to put him down like he was Drake or Kendrick Lamar. Then later on in the show, we had CM Punk also make a reference to Kendrick Lamar's track, where he's talking in the Euphoria when he says Drew just hates him, hates the way he talks, hates the way he walks. So the promo was just more or less the same stuff he was saying, but I just kind of popped for the Kendrick Lamar stuff because it's fitting, and his fit was good. So I'm swallowing CM Punk looking fucking good, and in some Jordan 1s. So shout out to Punk, shout out to Kofi, both wrestlers that wear Jordan 1s, and they talk rap beef. Shout out to Kendrick, he won.
I mean, I'm with you on most of this. So my swallow was mostly CM Punk centric. Drew mad at Pierce because he's not medically cleared to wrestle on the show, and then leaving just as CM Punk shows up in a muscle car, tells Pierce, "I've got something to say," and Pierce like, "Yeah, go ahead, go out there, do whatever you gotta do. Listen, you are CM Punk, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I've got no say." Punk asking the crowd to tweet at Drew to come back if he isn't a coward and get the beating that he deserves. Said he broke Drew's elbow. Next time it's his face and then his heart. He doesn't know if Drew's a God-fearing man, but he does fear one man, and that's CM Punk. Back to I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, CM," even our boys at Powerbomb Jutsu. I think we talked about this last week. We're like, CM Punk's an atheist. They need to get rid of this God stuff. It's like, no, that's his whole position is Drew believes in God, CM Punk doesn't, and everything he's saying is reinforcing that you do your prayers and eat your vitamins and play your bagpipes and wear your kilts and shit and hope and pray, and I'm gonna make shit happen because I don't believe in that. Love it.
By the way, who is Reek referring to? Unfriended. Good luck, y'all.
Oh,
Unfriended is a movie where people are in
that
a video
started
chat
playing,
and then shit starts fucking up and then people die. We always say it's gonna happen to Reek because his video.
I was gonna say we said that for like years that it was happening to Reek because his camera.
Oh, I thought he was saying he was unfriending us. Good luck to y'all, or unfriending me, and good luck to y'all, or something like that. I don't know. I was talking Punk. Maybe he just didn't like it.
But you also talked about Drew McIntyre, right?
Yes, I did.
So Damian Priest came out and apologized for what happened after the match at Backlash. Judgment Day celebrating because Finn's like, I get a first round bye because Drew McIntyre's hurt. And he doesn't. He has to fight Jey Uso. Jey beats him despite Drew showing up ringside. Like, that was all part of this. That's the nice thing with the thread, right? The Drew thread through the show. We got the CM Punk stuff. We got the Kofi stuff. We got the Judgment Day stuff, all kind of like intertwined. So I enjoyed
during the intro.
I assumed you enjoyed that, Vince, because you were all worried about like, I don't want Judgment Day to break up and I need them to stay. And now Drew's like, I'm sorry, guys. I love you guys. Like, I didn't mean
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see because I don't think this shit is over just yet. Because to me, it still feels like they just kind of like patch things up. It's kind of like a very toxic relationship. And ironically enough, Pat McAfee made the same comparison on commentary, where it's like it's not healthy for you guys right now, but you love each other. So you forgive and you say your apologies, and then you guys are good for 1 week. But watch, next week there's going to be some sort of issue, and it's going to come back up again, especially when Damian Priest has to determine. Once Damian Priest's next challenger is determined, we're going to see more of that tension show up, and especially because Dom keeps throwing people in here. We didn't talk about that. I know it's not my turn, but can I
I was speaking directly to you, and I gave you the mic to talk about the Judgment Day. So please, Vince, speak about the Judgment Day.
Oh my God, fucking Dom! What the fuck are you doing, my guy? Why are you bringing in Carlito?
Because he's a Mysterio,
bro. Like,
regardless of who his biological father is, he was raised by Ray. And what is one thing Ray does?
Look, we were talking about guerrilla tactics early on. These are Mysterio tactics. He's bringing in people and he's fucking shit up. First, he tried to bring Andrade in to join Judgment Day. What happened? Andrade turned on him. He tried to bring in Santos as an ally. What happened? They lose at WrestleMania. Now they're bringing Carlitos, supposedly help versus the LWO problem. But like, can you really trust Carlito? No, his finisher is called the Backstabber. That man will backstab you. Just Dom, I love you, bro, but you're making some.
Dom.
Say what?
That's not cool, Dom.
Cool down.
That's not cool, Dom.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry, I was in the midst of this whole thing because I talked about it on Get Show. Shout out to Get Show. Go check out the new episode. Garn was on there. But yeah, no, I don't know what the fuck Dom is doing. I'm spitting Dom this week. I hate to say it, but I'm spitting Dom and his life choices at the moment.
I'm gonna tag on to what I started with Raw because we got shorted a women's qualifier match on Raw. We talked about 2 of the women that qualified on Raw. Over on SmackDown, we had our 3 women's qualifiers. We had Nia Jax defeating Naomi, unfortunately. So the only member of the big 3 that got drafted to a show that didn't win a qualifier, unfortunately.
But I also have Nia Jax. So
you do have Nia Jax. So like you still win there, but like of the big 3, she's the only one. Jade defeated Piper Niven. That was a hell of a fucking show for Jade Cargill.
She hit jaded on Piper. That was impressive.
She fucking did. And then, of course, Bianca Belair versus Candice LeRae, which left Indy just standing outside flabbergasted.
I don't know why you would be. Like, it's fucking Bianca Belair.
Exactly. I felt like like Candice really looked like a very incompetent heel in this match, specifically. But that's just
really
like a nitpick.
Out what the fuck they're doing with Candice?
They don't know what the fuck they want to do. They just know that
they did this great thing where she shit on Maxine 1 week, and then ever since then it's like,
just make her mean. Just like have her be Mean Girls Candice.
The fact that Indy Hartwell was out there and Indy Hartwell didn't help her defeat Bianca Belair and screw Bianca Belair over, and like that wasn't a thing, or at least have got her like disqualified trying if they wanted Bianca to move on to the Queen of the Ring tournament. I don't know. It just. But your women's tag team champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, have qualified, along with former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria and former WWE Women's Champion Io Shirai.
Also, obviously these happened already. They didn't take place on TV, but Shayna Baszler did advance in the house show match to take on Io Sky on Monday, and Tiffany Stratton advanced versus Mi Chin to take on Bianca next week on SmackDown.
Well, of course, because Mi Chin's got shit to do down in NXT. We haven't even talked about the combine. We haven't even got there yet.
I saved that for
Katie. It is your turn, so spit or swallow.
Oh my God, you're never gonna guess what I'm gonna swallow. You're never gonna guess.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, right.
I would rather. No, it's women's combine in NXT. I loved how they did it, splitting it up, showing like the majority of the women who were in it, telling us like who succeeded in certain aspects of Sol Ruka. God bless. Precious baby angel, I love her so much. Being on the top as she fucking should. And it was super cool. I love how they did that. That combine looked crazy, and I was kind of like happy with how they did it. Ivy got to showcase her shit in there. Michin, Jada Parker, Lash Legend, Sol Ruka. It's a solid top 12, and I can't wait for those matches to start next week. That's going to be some good fucking shit in NXT, baby. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Mid-May tournament time, WWE.
Look,
May Madness.
May Madness.
May Madness. I'll accept it. Write that down. May Madness.
I am.
I wasn't sure if you were. Look, I was very negative.
One of us can tell Katie to write things down.
I was gonna. I write shit down when neither of you told me to write shit down. By the way, so
you do. I have no idea what you've written down.
Last week I was very negative about the concept and the idea of the women's combine to determine.
You were.
It wasn't bad, but I don't like, and it was solid, but I don't think it was anything like too crazy. Like, I think they could have just picked the women that they picked anyways. They just kind of gave us the reason why they picked them. I mean, you don't really need to do anything except just be like, oh, I'm picking X, Y, and Z, and this is why, and then have the qualifying matches. I'm more looking forward to the actual wrestling from these women, but it wasn't bad content. It was solid. It was good stuffers for the episode. It was good content for the episode. Listen, I just don't personally think I needed it, is all I'm saying.
Our spots aren't botched. Our shots aren't chairs. All right. Listen, we're not here for just excited about good wrestling matches. We're here for story, right? Reasons and purpose for why people are wrestling, and that's what they gave us. And I was very happy with that. You were worried that it was going to be something stupid. It was very minimal, but it did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and praise it and be like, oh, it was such good shit. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, it was terrible. It was good. It was good. Like I said, good stocking stuffers for the episode. Like I said, me personally, if they didn't show it, just announced the 12 competitors in the matches, I would have been perfectly okay.
But
that's just me personally.
Say that.
Say what?
I said I was hoping Will was here to hear me say that, but he hasn't retorted yet.
No. He's probably. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that line of thought.
12 inches deep in Allison. Vince, spit or swallow. I've seen it. It's fucking.
What the
fuck? What also is huge is Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown. Almost had NXT. Sorry. Thinking about Will's dick. That's why it happens. Carmelo Hayes last week was like a very prickish heel, condescending heel towards Bobby Lashley.
I don't know.
This is a no pause show. One, and also, did you watch the roast of Tom Brady? You heard what Kevin Hart said. White people always talking about other people, like each other's dicks. Like it's a thing.
It is a thing. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes last week.
White men, Katie. White men.
Oh yes.
Last week, Carmelo Hayes, he had the interaction with Bobby Lashley. Obviously, Bobby Lashley trying to give him some advice. Obviously, they did have some interactions a few months back, actually, prior on SmackDown to the official draft taking place. Carmelo Hayes brushed him off, was very cocky. Similar type of interaction he had this week going on with Baron Corbin. He's like, "Hey man, I'm glad you got drafted. What pick were you, Ashley?" And Baron trying to give him some advice. Carmelo's just like so arrogant. This is like the perfect Carmelo Hayes. Like, I love babyface Carmelo Hayes, but prickish heel Carmelo Hayes is probably his best version, and he's showing that on SmackDown. He's putting on the really good matches on SmackDown as well. And then he advanced in the King of the Ring tournament. That's actually my sleeper pick or my favorite to win the whole goddamn thing. So I actually got Carmelo going to the finals on the SmackDown side.
All right.
Swallowing Carmelo Hayes.
Man.
We'll see if he gets
day,
by.
Every day, twice on Sundays.
We'll see if he gets by Tama.
No, he goes against Randy.
But if Tama advances eventually on the SmackDown side, he would have to get past him eventually.
True.
Who is Tama facing in the second round? He's facing LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too easy.
I also love that Reek's over here. I call him Dr. Reek Baker BBC every week. He's like, the fuck's going on here? Like, we don't talk about dick on this show. We talk about dick more than we talk about anything on the show.
Oh, man.
What up, Ivan?
How crazy would it be if we had Dragunov versus Melo rematch King of the Ring finals?
Lose my mind. I'm excited for a lot of these matchups and the possibility of them happening. Like, I don't know what certain outcomes are going to be because, I don't fucking write the shows. But because we didn't even talk about, did we talk about Lashley even, getting injured and that's the reason Dox was in that match?
We didn't mention Lashley, no.
Yeah, Lashley got hurt training and Dox had to go in for him.
That's crazy.
And, Asuka got hurt, so she didn't get to compete. And, somebody else got hurt and didn't get to... Blair was supposed to be in one of those qualifying matches, but wasn't.
Oh, damn. For real?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be her... Well, yeah, because fuck Blair. But, I think it was supposed to be Naomi and Blair. And then it ended up being Naomi and Jax. And I didn't even, we, talked about it. But, Naomi had to pull off 90... the last, 10 minutes of that match with a wardrobe malfunction, and she fucking did it flawlessly.
Should have gotten the win.
I mean, you know how hard it is? Listen, if a strap breaks... Yeah, you know me. I know the song. As a woman, if your strap breaks and then you just have to deal with that just on a daily basis, that's the most annoying shit in the world. But having that happen while you're trying to do one of the most physical things and your job and make sure you stay covered, all the respect to Naomi. She's a queen and she did it flawlessly. To the best of her abilities. You're getting thrown around by Nia Jax trying to keep your tits in your shirt. It's hard.
Also, that Annihilator looked rough. It looked like she didn't even cushion anything. It looked like she just sat right on Naomi.
Well, it's because Naomi had to keep her hands here to cover her chest because her boob was falling out.
I mean, I'm all for the free the nipple movement. I think she should have just done her thing and finished her match. That's neither here nor there. Ivan, we actually talked about it. You missed it. So I think Piper Niven was the perfect opponent for Jade because not only does it make Jade look increasingly strong and dominant with a woman with the physicality and the size and the dominance that Piper has shown, but also Piper's a fucking worker. She made Jade look like $1 million in her singles match. As long as they continue to put her in these situations as she progresses in her wrestling, she's going to be great. She's going to be fine. We're not going to have any issues. It's when they put her with somebody petty who decides that they want to expose her and make her look bad, which generally doesn't happen in WWE, that we might see an issue. But for now, no, I was very happy with her first singles match.
Yeah. Really seems like they're a well-oiled machine over in the E right now.
Speaking of wardrobe malfunctions, queens, and OPP, the main event of... All right, so I'll explain all of what I just said, right? So the main event of NXT was Roxanne Perez, your champion, versus Chelsea Green, after which Chelsea sat down with and cried with Ariana Grace because they both lost their matches after their bonding experience prior to their matches. Now, OPP, that could, be Chelsea Green because Matt Cardona. It could also be Ariana Grace because she's with Stax, the wardrobe malfunction recently, as I was kind of just scrolling through Reddit, I saw something from back in November where Carmen Petrovic kicked Ariana Grace and took her top down with her in a GIF.
I don't recall that.
I saw on Reddit since we were talking about wardrobe malfunctions. And then queens. Obviously, again, Ariana Grace. She is a beauty queen. She is a queen in and of herself. Roxanne Perez is a queen in my eyes. That's why I drafted her over to Raw as Ritter. And Chelsea Green's fucking fantastic. So, all of this.
Yankee, Kilo, Whiskey, Young Kings Wrestling.
Young Kings Wrestling. Yep. What's up?
I love it.
TC.
Hi, TC.
So, yeah, swallowing the main event. Swallowing Roxanne, get the win over Chelsea, and then the bonding between Ariana Grace and Chelsea afterwards and before the match. And Gigi just being utterly annoyed with all of it. Big fan of all of that and OPP.
Yeah.
Am I putting... I don't know. Like,
I saw a TikTok earlier today where this guy was going around and asking all of these people to finish the song. And he was like, "You down with OPP?" And like one person in the entire TikTok said, "Yeah, you know me." Nobody knew what the fuck he was talking about. So I've just kind of been on that shit today.
Like, how do people like see?
And then you got it right away. So like, I was very proud of you, Katie, because they probably were.
I know music.
I know you do.
My mom is a DJ, for fuck's sake.
Again, TC, there is no pause. There is no too much on Smackin' It Raw. It doesn't exist. Though on the border of too much, another question for y'all: should they make a mid-card title for the main roster women's division, an IC and a U.S. women's champion, or should they take the NXT North American champion for 3 brands? Second part, no. And the reason the second part should not happen is because then what's something exclusive to NXT that makes NXT special is going to be put on a main roster woman, and we're not going to see it on NXT. That's what happened with those tag team titles and how we lost them there. And now they're rarely ever brought down or used or defended against NXT talent. So that definitely should not happen. Oh.
Yeah, they should just get their own set of women's tag titles again.
No, we got the Yankee Kilo Whiskey Young Kings Wrestling. We got that. I understood it.
No, yeah, we got the Shield reference. We got the Shield reference.
I don't know that
every time.
Maybe doing a mid-card women's championship like they do the women's tag team championship, where it can go between both brands. Maybe doing one. I don't know that there's enough women on the roster or enough time allocated to the women on the roster to currently run a main title, tag titles, and a women's title. Now that's something that could and should change. But as of right now and the way things are going, I don't think that that's a great idea, unless maybe it's one woman going back and forth challenging in a mid-card range with an IC. Or
let the women challenge for the IC and US titles. Let Jade, Bianca, Charlotte, Rhea all wrestle men. That's what I want to see. I want Rhea rep
years, and I don't get anything.
I know. I've been supporting you. Vince has been supporting you. Speaking of Vince, who is, the IC/US champion of Smackin' It Raw. Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow the main event of SmackDown. I think it might have been the first. It might have been the only first round match that I wasn't really sure who would have won. Yes, you could make a case that Randy makes sense because Tama Tonga's on the other side of the bracket and they should face each other in the finals. But then, I don't know. Let's run down a few, right? Like Gunther, Sheamus. I love Sheamus. He was my number 1 overall pick. He's my undisputed WWE champion, but Gunther makes sense there. Ray Kofi. Kofi makes sense. Line him up with Gunther, Dragunov, Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, LA Knights, and Tama Tonga. All those make sense. The only one to me, in terms of the men's, that really felt like it was 50-50, and they kind of really booked it as such, was AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. They had a phenomenal match. No pun intended. They addressed it on commentary where it's like they both drew the short end of the stick here because they got each other. And now one of these two men have to be eliminated because if you put them up with almost every other person, they're going to be almost like a favorite in that matchup. Now we got Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. I'm looking forward to that so much. We'll see what happens. I'm rooting for Carmelo Hayes. Shout out Melo. I hope you don't miss. But yeah, I'm swallowing that main event on SmackDown. It was a great way to end the show.
I agree. It was. Ivan says that Dragunov versus Ricochet was a banger and probably match of the week. Whose stick is shorter, Vince? AJ's or Randy's?
AJ's for sure.
I can see that. All right. I haven't really talked AEW yet today, so the rest of my spits and swallows are all AEW. I have to. You don't fucking have to. You can just chill the fuck out. Katie,
just sit there.
Yeah, you can talk about whatever the fuck you want after this, Vince, but I'm going to AEW. And my first swallow is Trent motherfucking Beretta beating the shit out of Orange Cassidy after his loss. Enjoying heel Trent. Just I want him to run somebody over with his mom's van. Like, just hit one. Please do. Please do. Fucking love it. Run
wouldn't
over
doubt
OC and then fuck Stat in the back of it. Like, let's
Oh
get
my
this going.
god.
Bring her over to
I
the
would
heel
like
side.
to watch.
Right? Who wouldn't?
I mean, let's be fair.
I wouldn't, because I don't want to see Trent. I don't want to see Trent.
Trent's the most attractive one out of the group.
Trent
next to
is
Stat.
beautiful.
It's like Trent, Stat, Rocky Romero, and then everyone else.
Do we count Orange
Rocky's only
Cassidy?
number 3 because he has one eye.
Do we count Orange Cassidy as part of the
I
group?
don't find Orange Cassidy attractive.
I
No.
do. He's a beautiful man.
He's just not
So
for
is
me.
Trent Beretta.
Debatable.
Trent Beretta's. Oh, I love that man so much. Heel Trent is so fun. Out for blood. He will
Ivan
murder.
says that Trent and Chris are going to be joining the Don Callis family. I know Katie doesn't want that.
No. No.
No one wants that.
No one wants to join the family. That family. I want to join this family.
Everybody wants to join the family, just not Don
Not
Callis.
Don Callis' fucking family. Hell no. No. Heel Trent
Because
tried to
Don
kill
Callis,
Orange Cassidy.
Don Callis' family fights each other, breaks up. Nobody wants to be a part of it. Shit.
Yeah.
The family, all they do is try and make sure there's enough room in their trunk for everybody to go for a ride. All right. Make sure everybody can fit in the trunk.
It's
You're
always a big
attracted-
trunk.
Look at Travis. You're attracted to Orange Cassidy's personality.
What up, Travis? Hi.
Travis.
Katie,
Yes.
spit or swallow.
Why can't I read what this says? Who did? Oh, that's who she faced. That's why I couldn't read it, because I wrote it too fast and I spelled it wrong. I'm swallowing Mariah May and Harley Cameron. Yeah, I spelled Harley fucking weird for some reason. I don't know why, but great match. Cool. It was Harley's like first official match
On Dynamite.
on Dynamite. And Mariah May's fucking phenomenal.
Good night, Travis.
Good night, Travis. And it was fun. I like what they're doing. And then, after Mariah wins, Saraya beats her down. One of Mariah's girlfriends, Mina, comes down for the save because Tony got her ass knocked the fuck out about 5 minutes before this by Serena Deeb. Just one solid punch, and Tony Schiavone is not fucking cool for that, for just standing there and letting that happen. And then,
bitch.
Mina comes out for the save. Mariah goes in for the kiss, which is been there.
Not a fan of being denied HLA, but neither here nor there.
Hey, I talked about that on the Pre-Kyle show. What a time that was. So Mariah. Fuck you. I'm not an L. I'm a B.
HBA.
HBA. Hot bisexual action. Excuse you. Mariah goes for the kiss, gets rejected, but then in a way that you get champagne and then you get to dance because hot girl graps, as Mariah May keeps tweeting, and I 100% agree with that. Hot girl graps, baby.
Honestly, you don't get more hot girl graps in AEW than you do with Mariah May and Harley Cameron. And ironically, I made them the thumbnail for the live before that match happened.
It's like you knew.
But HBA hot by action. Should also, there you go. Saraya also, Saraya coming down and telling the cameraman to focus on her because she's the superstar and smacking her ass, and just she's not getting in the ring. She's not getting the bell to bell time that a lot of us thought she might be getting because of the way Tony Khan books the women, but she's making the most of her personality backstage in these segments and her time in front of the camera. I was happy to see Harley's first match. Mariah May is fucking fantastic, is basically mini Tony Storm, Tiny Tony.
Tiny Tony.
Mina Shirakawa coming down, making the save, teasing the kiss and not giving it to us. Hurt my feelings a little bit. And then you said it. So Serena Deeb came out earlier in the night and poured her fucking heart out about how she's had seizures and she wasn't medically cleared. And all
fuck
of
my
these
dick.
things.
Why'd they boo that woman when she's talking about that?
Because fuck them.
Fuck.
And then Tony comes out and Tony goes, I don't give a single solitary shit about you and your seizures. Goes for a cheap shot, gets laid the fuck out. Tony Schiavone stood there and watched, didn't do anything about it. Also, don't blame him for that because, like, what's he gonna do? Both those women can kick his ass, especially Serena Deeb. Yeah, he gonna also get dropped by Luther was there to scoop her up. That's what Luther's there for. That's not Tony's job. Let's not hate on Schiavone. That's not his job.
I just thought it was fucking funny.
So yeah, no, I'm all for this. And Tony Storm's bodyguard will be Camille Brickhouse as Mariah will reunite with her squad from Stardom. So pretty soon it will happen. I don't know if this is fantasy booking or if this is Tiny Storm is right there. It is Tiny Storm. You're correct.
I will say, like, as much shit as I give Saraya for, like, not doing anything and just being who she is and being with the person she's dating, I do give her props for telling the cameraman to focus on the two fucking creeps who were in the front row during that match, which probably was one of the men, if not the actual man, from the Ring of Honor taping.
That got kicked the fuck out later.
That got kicked out by AEW security and arena security and got berated by Rachel O-Ring and Aubrey Edwards.
Because fuck that guy.
Because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give her props for that.
On that subject real quick, listen, you're allowed to have your thoughts and your opinions and your feelings.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have them. You are not allowed to denigrate and scream them out and make people feel uncomfortable at a live show, especially while you're there with your fucking daughter, because that's the example you want to set of what men are going to be to her in her future. Neither here nor there. Fuck you for that. But, like I'm not saying don't feel that way. If you find Sky Blue attractive and you have a bunch of nasty, dirty thoughts about it, absolutely have those thoughts. Just keep them to your fucking self. We do.
Bingo.
Right? We're the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, and you don't hear me coming out here saying nasty, heinous shit that's going to, like, make people really fucking uncomfortable. Like, we thirst over the women a little bit, but there's a respectable amount of it while you also put over their in-ring talent, and there's taking it too far. Don't take it too far and keep your opinions to your fucking self, because nobody, not your daughter, not the wrestlers, not the people in the crowd, none of them wanted to fucking hear it.
Nope.
I don't usually thirst for the women. I mostly thirst for the men on here.
Me,
he thirsts for the men more than I do.
Yeah, it's okay. It's part of the show.
All right, Vince, bitter swallow.
This is gonna be my last one. I talked about the main event of SmackDown. I'm gonna finish things off with my number one draft pick, Sheamus versus Gunther in the main event of Raw. Talk about meat slappers. That really was a meat slapper. Like, Sheamus's chest always looks like a fucking, like, hamburger meat, like, patty, like, raw. And maybe that's how he likes it, raw. And that's why but apparently it was a little bit too much for him. Sheamus said that there will not be a fourth round, or how many rounds there's been with Gunther. He can't do it no more. But fantastic match. Great way to close off Raw. All these King of the Ring first round matches were fantastic.
We're never going to see it, guys.
But Vince is wearing a hoodie in fucking May. So
it's chilly in here.
Also, we're wearing black.
I bet it is.
It is. It's been windy all day. It's been windy all day.
Bro, I had a tornado warning earlier. I don't want to hear it.
It was a fucking banger. You are right. Banger after banger and burger after burger. All that shit. Vince is trying to come over to my house I don't even know where he heard, like, he misheard how I make my burgers. I don't know where he got this idea, but he just randomly texted me one day. He's like, next time you make burgers, I'm coming over because I heard you do this. And I'm like, I do not.
No. Say it right. I randomly texted you and I said, Matt, I want to taste your burger.
You did, specifically.
Men are weird.
How many do you have left, Katie?
I don't even know. Like, we've, like, talked about stuff, but then, like, briefly talked about it, so I don't even really know.
Is there anything you want to cover real quick?
I mean,
I've got Kenny and I've got Jericho left. That's it.
Okay. I can find two things. Oh, we didn't even talk about this. I'll talk about this one.
Do that. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to swallow Fallon Henley and Colin Jordan.
Ah, yes, that was good.
Which, that feud has been brewing for a week or so. They showed backstage footage of them beefing in the most dangerous place in NXT now, which is the women's locker room.
Yeah.
Parking lot is a close second.
Yeah. No.
We got to see both this week. We got to see the parking lot and the women's locker room.
Yeah.
And this is before the top 12 was announced, and they both were like, well, I hope you're in the combine, so I'm gonna beat your ass, and da 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 da. And then they went on to have a fantastic fucking match. Those are two of the women right now in NXT. Like I've been saying it, like Kalani, Jada, Fallon, or Sol Ruka has to be your first North American champion for the women. Like,
you had Kalani as your 6th overall pick. You drafted her ahead of the likes of Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Seth Rollins, Dragunov, and others. That shows how highly you think of her right there.
I'm pro reverse cowgirl.
I know you are. I know you want the reverse cowgirl, but
you didn't draft her.
We're getting reverse cowgirl.
I know. You like reverse cowgirl. I mean,
you know why I thought I did? I know she was on my list, and when I went and looked on like the list on my phone, because like when I was talking to you earlier and we were blowing Katie's phone up, Kate and Zoe were inside Joanne Fabric getting more yarn for more of Kate's crocheting creations, and I was sitting in the car waiting, and I'm like going through and I'm seeing all the stuff you post, and we're arguing, and I went and like looked at what I had on my phone, and I had Lola Vice on my phone twice, and I remember having Fallon Henley on there, and I'm like, I must have fucked up. And I know I didn't draft Lola twice, so I thought that's why I wanted to go check.
Unless you just really wanted to draft her twice.
Really wanted Lola Vice.
Really wanted Lola Vice.
Oh man. Actually, I had that on my list, but like it was a low priority thing, so I'm glad you brought that up. Kaylani loses to Fallon Henley. Kalani loses to Fallon Henley. Reverse cowgirl, heel Fallon, big fan, love it.
I mean, they had to get someone to kind of fill that heel role in that women's division. Someone had to fill that role, and reverse cowgirl is a perfect way to fill it.
It is.
Make myself laugh sometimes. But yeah, Blair Davenport got called up to SmackDown. Kiana James got called up to Raw. We have yet to see either. So those are two bigger heel attractions that they had there, and then also you had Lyra Valkyria get called up, so you're losing the top attraction. So you have to build up a top phase, and you have to build up another heel. So it kind of makes sense why they had Fallon Henley turn heel, and it just kind of seems like it's the thing with that faction with her and Brooks and Jensen. They all eventually turned heel at some point. They all have something up their butts, Maybe they drew a short stick too in some sort of draft pool or something. I don't fucking know. But they all seem to be turning heel. I don't know. Maybe it's something in that bar. Maybe it got closed down. Maybe they need more alcohol. Maybe that's why they're heels. I don't know what it is.
Maybe Brooks Jensen got a girlfriend. I don't know. I'm still shipping that, but that's not here nor there.
I know.
I said it last week. All it took was a life-threatening illness and calling the Young Bucks shitheads for me to become a Kenny Omega fan. Like that's all it took was like almost kill him and call them shitbags. I'm swallowing Kenny Omega as an EVP from the hospital bed, making the Anarchy in the Arena match, and saying we've got Team AEW versus Team Elite, and on Team AEW it's FTR. And later on in the night, you'll find out who the other two members are. Now, as far as I know, the two men that showed up for Team AEW do not get along or like each other, which I had a little bit of an issue with. My understanding is that one King of the Bums, Eddie Kingston, and one Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, the American Dragon, Jake Jackoff, do not enjoy each other whatsoever. Are not friends, do not get along, but they did come out to confront the Elite at the end of the night after they pulled all their bullshit and Okada beat people up and things happened. So, listen, I'm not going to buy Anarchy in the Arena, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing on TV from what's going on. Like, that's not going to sell me on the pay-per-view.
We'll just watch the TikToks later.
But, I'm all for FTR, Bryan Danielson, and Eddie Kingston versus Math and Nickelback, Jackoffs, Okada, and the
Jungle
Scapegoat. Yeah.
Jungle Man. Yeah, I was curious who the rest of Team AEW was going to be. I had like a little hope. I was waiting to hear the ding, 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 like the fucking cowboy music. I was like, oh my god, maybe it's going to be Hangman. That'd be crazy. It wasn't Hangman, so I got a little sad.
Hangman is still technically suspended from the Elites.
So he would be on Team AEW.
I think he'd be back from suspension and be on Team Elite.
No. He was a heel when he left, so
yeah.
Yeah, but
especially if he comes back with that stupid facial hair he's got going on right now.
What the fuck you got against his facial hair? It's his evil cowboy mustache.
Yeah. That man looks like fucking like Zip Coulter right now. With like a touch of like that Just for Men black just in there.
That's egregious.
Factual
How
though.
dare you?
Speaking of things that aren't just for men, Katie, what else you got? That was a good one.
That was a good one. That might be your best one. Damn. Okay, I was kind of curious where you're going with that one.
Oh man.
Not just for men. It's me. Okay, so you started talking about that. I'm gonna stick with AEW and kind of with the Elite stuff. I'm gargling the Swerve Christian thing that's going on right now. Not gonna lie, completely forgot Mogul Embassy was a thing. So when Swerve was like, I got backup this week, and I was like, oh shit, who's it gonna be? I was like, oh yeah, he has a fucking like faction. I completely forgot about them. That's awkward. And then they, stood tall for about 5 whole minutes, and then they beat his ass down. They put him through a table.
They didn't even stand tall for 5 minutes. They stood tall for about 5 fucking seconds before they beat his ass.
Listen, time's not real. It's fine. Yeah, it wasn't very long. And it's all a ploy by the Elite. They're orchestrating all of this. They got Christian to be the one to go against Swerve with Double or Nothing. They're the ones
they sent Swerve out there to go talk, which also makes sense that Hangman would be with the Elite when he comes back because he fucking hates Swerve. Maybe they're doing this all for Hangman.
I wouldn't be opposed to a heel Hangman champion for the Elite as long as he shaves that stupid facial hair.
We're not talking about this anymore. But like, it just, there was so much going on, and then from like last week getting his hair ripped out. Mans is just going through it right now. I mean, he did get a little bit of redemption, kind of, on Collision against Mogul Embassy. Or I'm sorry, we're not even calling that anymore because it's not Swerve's group. The Gates of Agony and Brian Cage. I mean, choked out Khan with a fucking chain. There was a cinder block involved at one point. There was a lot going on on Collision.
There was. 2 things. Well, one for Vince specifically. You, sir, as a fan of a man whose father said he has dirty Sanchez on his lip, should not be talking about anyone's shitty facial hair.
Listen, Dom's facial hair ain't it. Dom's facial hair right now ain't it either. I shoot straight. I shoot
I
even.
love Dom.
No, Dom's on my like Dom. Okay, he gets a pass right now. He's going through a midlife crisis. He lost his mommy.
A midlife crisis? He's like
22.
He's already been through so much. The custody of Dominic Ladder match.
Oh, cry me a river.
Everything else. His whole life has been wrestling. But no, Hangman Adam Page has been on my shit list, on my hit list from the moment he decided to not wear the assless chaps. So ever since then, he refuses to do so until he brings out the assless chaps. I will be anti-Hangman.
All chaps are assless. The second thing is, y'all never went through a midlife? No, because that's not midlife unless you plan on dying at fucking 40.
A quarter life crisis is 25. I went through one of those. It was really fun.
Yes. Anyway, the other thing was shout out to AEW's resident father figure. Adopting some more people in Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. No. Just I'm sure they grew up without fathers, and he's showing them what life could have been like if they had one. Because people don't do things like what they did to Swerve if you've grown up with a father and were taught respect for people. What?
I'm gonna head out since the show's almost over and you guys are just talking AEW. My show of the week is Raw. For obvious reasons, I'm gonna go pick up.
Because it won the draft. I agree, Vince. Have a good day. Check out SCS Vince on YouTube, youtube.com/SCS Vince, SCS Vince on Twitter and all the socials. Love him. Follow him. He's not going to take his shirt off. Vote Raw as Ritter. Bye, Vince.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, anyways.
I'm spitting Jericho and Big Bill. Winning.
Please.
Their lame-ass promo.
Mhm.
Existing,
Mhm.
the learning tree gimmick, all of it being on my TV. Jericho doesn't do it for me. Not a fan. Has not done it for me for a very long time. I saw a few people be like, I can't believe he's making this work. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck you're watching, but he's not
making it work.
He's really not. It's not good.
It's some of the most annoying shit that I like. I in one show I can see the elite be crazy EVPs and do their thing and HLA and all of this shit and like Will Ospreay and his banger of a theme. And then I get Chris Jericho on the same show and I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What for who? Who is this fucking for? When Hook comes back next week, I want him to take out Jericho for good. Please. I beg of you,
Do like your daddy did and drop a motherfucker on his neck.
I know Taz has got like a lot of knee issues and shit.
I feel like Jericho and Sabu are the same age from when Taz dropped Sabu on his head. At least they look the same age. Sabu was beat the fuck up back then. He was probably a lot younger than Jericho, but he was beat the fuck up. Do you think Vince is having sex right now? Do you think that's why he was like, I gotta go?
He said he was gonna pick something up, but like he didn't finish his sentence.
Yeah, no, he's got to pick something up, all right.
You're ridiculous.
His wife off the floor, put her on the bed and go to town. Fuck Jericho. Act like you've been here before.
No.
None of this is new. I know. Yeah, no, fuck Jericho. Katie, what was your favorite show this week?
To be honest, I think I'm starting to go NXT. I got the women's combine. I got a lot of women's centered things. I'm liking what they're doing. I got my soap opera shit. I got the family. I gotta go NXT. You know, it was hard.
I hear you. It is hard. I'm actually gonna go SmackDown. Okay. Main event was Randy and AJ. We got the Bloodline soap opera shit. We got 3 women's matches in the qualifier, with Bianca and Jade going over, as well as Naomi losing out to Nia Jax, setting that up. I'm gonna go SmackDown. Vince went Raw because he knows I had the best draft, so that was cool. That was his reasoning. I heard NXT it. You heard it. We all heard it.
I had the best draft.
And I'm going SmackDown despite the fact that I had the best draft. Love
that for us.
Katie, where can everyone find you with all of your clothes on?
With all of my clothes on. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13.
No. I said, where can they find you with all of your clothes on? Not where can they find you with most of your clothes off. That's different. It's a different thing.
Hey. I have most of my clothes on most of the time. KatieWrestling13. The link to provided to get all things She Lead Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Lead Showcase and YouTube.com/She Lead Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6:15-ish p.m. New Inside the Mind of drops on Monday. Yeah. Bet you didn't think that shit was coming back, did you, fuckers? It's coming back.
You and I need to have this.
I filmed it. We're off on Friday, so I got that done. Had a great conversation. I'll tell you about it after. You did get mentioned, and I was going so well, and then I was like, I even said in the episode, I was like, fuck, I was doing so well without mentioning him. I was on a hot streak. It's because she'd asked me about movies, and there was a thing. But yeah, that'll be out on Monday. Very excited. And yeah, just all the shit.
Oh no, we're at a point now where I'm gonna need you to start putting me over again. So like, especially to all these people that I haven't worked with who don't know me, just tell them how awesome I am and how they should come over and hang out with us. That's what I need on air. So he'd be like, I'm the guy that Katie was talking about on the show. When I go hit him up and ask him to come on the show. You guys can follow me at Matt Ridders, ZMATTRIDDER, on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, for your wrestling content at Getting Off, for your horror content. As we mentioned, Getting Off is tomorrow. I must have froze because there we go. Yeah. Getting Off this tomorrow here live at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern. Katie Horror Showcase 2. So come check us out. Join us for that at Getting Off on Twitter and everywhere else on socials at Smackin It Raw, whether it is TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, or
TikTok.
Is there another one?
Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky.
Yeah. Or OnlyFans. Sure. Why not?
What?
I'm going to start reading erotic novels on OnlyFans, so look for that when it drops.
Oh my god.
In case Malachi Black doesn't do it, somebody's got to. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Mad Ritter. This has been your number one wrestling podcast and places where you can find people having sex on the internet. Post show cuddle time. Are you gonna wait till we're off air to tell me who? Because like you didn't even tell me you were doing the fucking shit. And I listen, as your wise man, I'm a little offended. I didn't even know this shit was scheduled or being recorded, or you were even in talks with anyone.
So I sent out a tweet earlier this week, and I was like, now that I actually like have time, because April, I was very busy in April. I had a lot going on. Yeah, I put it up during the thing. He's such a dick. Fuck you guys. I know what a movie is. So like I was very busy in April. I had a lot of shit going on. My sister got married, Mania, all of the things. I was a busy guy in April. And I was like, I'm gonna come back in May. We're gonna knock this shit out. We're gonna do this. We're doing great. I got my Patreon episode up that I've been talking about for fucking months. And I tweeted, I was like, well, I want to get back into interviews. Like, let me know some people you want me to interview. And Haley, love her to pieces, suggested two people, Lyric and Charlie. And ironically enough, because I'm trying to be a little professional for once in my life, I emailed Lyric from the show's email and got in contact with her that way before Haley tagged her. And we had a fantastic conversation. She is a sweetheart. She even said, I don't know if it was on screen or after when we were just talking, she said like she doesn't really get to have like conversations like that where she can just like be herself and not have to like talk about all of this shit. And I'm like, that's why I do this. It's not even interviews. It's just conversations I have with people that get recorded. And I kind of ask questions.
Speaking of conversations that we have with people that get recorded, I'm really bummed that we did not end up recording the random watch along of Frankenhooker that we did the other night.
Well, I mean, in our defense, we didn't know how to get Peacock to actually let us watch anything.
I mean, we did get it to work, but then at that point,
you would have had
the recording, and then we would have had it. Yeah, it was a whole fucking thing.
It would have been a mess.
It would have been.
So,
but maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll find some time, and because I did find, I don't necessarily know how it works, but I did find in 2 parts Night of the Demons 3. If that's something you want to check out, on the same place that we have to watch 28 Days Later.
Gotcha.
So we could do that because I don't know if I've ever seen it. If I have, I've only ever seen it once, and I don't remember shit from Night of the Demons 3.
I mean, okay. Okay.
Did you? Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Fuck.
You always do this.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I have I plan all this shit out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to pace myself. I don't want to start watching the shows for the panel stuff before I've gone over the notes and discussed everything that I've had for the last movie that we watched. So, like, I have to do that. And it sucks.
I know. I have all of my notes for tomorrow. I only have 6 things, and one includes a trailer. But I think that'll still be enough. Because like I actually have I think I have more notes for Night of the Demons 2 than I did for the first Night of the Demons. There's a lot happening on this page that I just I just have in random spots that don't necessarily. I can't wait to go over these notes tomorrow. There's a lot happening. Jesus. But I have 6 things. I could also just quickly throw in a teaser trailer or something if need be. Which I would have to send to you. I'll send you the trailer tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you yelled at me last time. You're like, you didn't send me anything. I was like, I don't know. I don't like doing it for mine. You have 2 monitors. It's easier for you.
Fair.
It's easier.
You could also just copy and paste and put it in the private chat, and then I can pull it up and do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that tomorrow. That's fine.
That'll work. Title. What did we write down?
I wrote a lot of things. I have Malachi Reed's smut. BBL Drake because nobody said anything else. Vince said spitting Dom, and that was something I wrote down. Maid Madness, Tiny Storm, OPP, Hot Buy Action.
For me, it's between Hot Buy Action and OPP.
I mean, I'm not opposed to Hot Buy Action.
I'm not opposed to OPP.
I mean, neither am I, but...
I'm also not opposed to Hot Buy Action, so,
Should we just flip a coin?
I
have a coin. I have a coin.
This is where heads OPP, tails Hot Buy Action.
Well, wouldn't it make more sense if tails was OPP?
Okay, tails is OPP.
I'm just saying.
Heads is Hot Buy Action.
All right. It's heads. Just so you believe me. It's a dime. It's upside down. I'm surprised I caught that. I'll cut my fucking ribs.
We can take BB. Don't send me BBL Drake. Don't.
Okay, I'll send you everything else.
We barely referenced that. We never got back to it.
Yeah, that's why I wrote it down, but then just left it there. Malachi Reed's smut, which I really want to happen now. You really put that in my mind, and I want it.
I only have good ideas, Katie.
I guess.
I've been telling you that forever now, and I have been yet to be proven wrong.
Touche, you have me there. Not why? Can my phone just cooperate with me, fucking please? I think that's all.
So Kate is watching the roast of Tom Brady now, and she goes, "Every time I see Kevin Hart, I can't unhear the rabbit from Pets."
Snowball.
Yeah.
I listen. That was perfect casting. I don't know what anybody's gonna say. Perfect casting. There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What was I going to look up?
Mm-hmm.
Cayman. Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to look up. Now I remember why I'm here.
Now I remember why I'm here. I missed, damn it. Ow, my toe.
8 votes and we're still tied, Katie.
I'm gonna lose and be pissed.
You're beating Vince.
Good. I'm just gonna be so annoyed. Because every time I think I have a good fucking roster, everyone's like, ha, just kidding. This person's is better. You're gonna fucking win because you have 800 people on your fucking roster.
That's not why I'm winning.
8,000 people on his roster. Can you?
That's not why I'm winning. It's because I have 8,000 really good people on my roster.
I can't believe we're actually tied. That's crazy. How long did he left up for 6 days? God damn it! And that's what fucks me over. Damn. Rude. Ow. My back.
My neck, my back. My neck and my back.
My back.
Oh,
My
wow.
necklace, my snacks.
You're talking.
What?
Okay. You've been giving me shit all day for saying out of pocket stuff and what the fuck is going on here. Why
That's
are we?
The song.
And all of a sudden, she's just sitting over here, my pussy and my crack. Like,
That's the song.
I know what the song is. The song is also OPP. And I've been talking about OPP
I almost
all
just
day.
said OPP instead. But I chose not to.
My neck, my back, OPP.
Body hurts.
So how you been? You went to an escape room today. Oh, I got to catch you up on some shit. I've been a bad friend.
To who?
To you.
Oh.
I'm on chapter 14 of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've been playing without you in the morning. I haven't really had a chance to play at night, so I've been playing in the mornings, and I can't really. You're at work, so there's no point in really doing the live stream thing.
Damn. I mean, I get it.
I was working and forgot about it. I don't know if Kate went out and looked at it because she was all excited about it.
I was not. I knew it was happening and then forgot it was happening, so I didn't even go look. But a lot of people near me could. So.
All right. So I did stop at the beginning of chapter 14, which is the final chapter, and I may climax.
The final chapter.
Yes.
Oh shit!
I may save the climax for you.
Thanks.
So we went to the Temple of the Ancients after Drew McIntyre screwed us over and gave the thing to the Turks.
Mm-hmm.
We found our way there. We go inside. Cloud starts acting real fucking suspicious. Like there was a lot of like crazy maze shit that I had to go through, and like Aerith, because she is an ancient, had to like channel power and like rebuild the temple because it was all weird and distorted, like as a Sentra and blah blah blah. But basically, what we found out was Sephiroth's mom, Genova, was like an evil entity that the Sentra were battling for years, and they all like laid down their lives to stop her and return to the life stream, but like she couldn't return to the life stream, so like she just went into a long slumber. And supposedly she's supposed to be awakened, and they said that she arrived in like a meteor. Well, the black materia is supposed to summon a meteor that will like destroy the world and all of this shit. Cloud, like I said, started acting real fucking weird, real suspicious, like almost killing one of the Turks, and had to be stopped, and was like ignoring people and kind of being a dick to everybody. And Sephiroth got the black materia, or at least Cloud thought he did. Then he like cut his way through a wall after a boss fight, and he went and picked it up, and he was holding it, and they're like, don't fucking touch that, because now like the whole temple's gonna come down, and he's just like standing there staring at it, holding it and shit. And they knock it out of his hand, and they tell him it's a fake. It's not really a fake. And he picks it back up and he carries it out with him. Eventually he gives the shit to fucking Sephiroth. Like he is under Sephiroth's spell, and instead of trying to kill him, he hands the shit over. Almost killed our girl Aerith, but ended up kind of like snapping out of his shit, and they both like fell into an abyss together.
Jesus.
Chapter 14 starts with them in a dream or some shit. I don't know what's going on. We'll find out together. But like she woke up and she's like, "This is my dream. Just play along for a little while." And he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" So yeah, Drew McIntyre showed back up, saved the day after betraying
Drew
everybody.
McIntyre.
Apparently he's a robot and he has multiple bodies. So like him and the Moogle were destroyed in the temple, but then his consciousness just transferred to a different Drew McIntyre and he showed up. They forgave him because he showed up and helped them all escape the temple.
Forgave too quickly, if you ask me.
So
Okay.
all that.
Well, I'm not super surprised about Cloud because throughout the entire time I've been watching you play, he's been getting these fucking hallucinations, these visions, if you will, of baby daddy Sephiroth. So like it kind of like I'm not super surprised by that. Like I've like shit's whack. And Cloud could be dead. Like we still don't really know what happened from like the last game / the beginning. I want to know what the hell happened to Zach.
So
I would like full answers to that.
I agree with you. That we did get a small cutscene of Zach. He is in the tunnel and he's like, I could go to the right and I could go to the Shinra building and get the cure for Cloud, or I can go to the left to reactor 6 and stop Biggs from blowing himself in the reactor up. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And he chose to go save Cloud.
Well,
There was like a little cutscene where he was talking to Marlene and he's like, does Aerith like Cloud? And she goes, yeah, she likes him, but it's only because you weren't here or some shit like that. And he decides to go save Cloud. Again, I don't really know. I don't know if like maybe that's what we're getting to is like they fell down in the hole and then they went and got them. And that's when Zach showed up and brought them. And like they're in Aerith's dream as Zach is doing his shit to kind of bring them out. And like all that stuff that we were seeing was future events that we were leading up to with everyone else. Because the way the show ended earlier with Shinra like coming and taking them and all that shit, like that didn't jive with the way the story ended in the last game. So maybe like Shinra has them, like somebody had Cloud and drops him off to him and he brings Cloud back and then he goes after Aerith. Shinra has Aerith because she's an ancient and she's unconscious too. Whatever. I don't know. We're at the end of the game, so we're gonna have to figure it the fuck out at some point, even though there's gonna probably be another game.
Well, I mean, of course. There's gonna be another game.
Yeah.
Or hear me out. This is so like Zach is at the tunnel. We know he doesn't go to save Briggs. Like we know because he's dead. We knew that, right? Assumed dead.
We don't know anything yet. That's
like,
the weird thing.
I thought we knew that. What's his name? Biggs?
Biggs is the guy that he's been talking to in the flashbacks. He's the one that survived. Jesse died, and
I'm thinking of. There's a lot of characters.
One of the other guys died, but Biggs is still alive as far as I know. Oh, we also got like a really sad flashback. So like everyone kind of had to do a trial at one point in the temple. So like we had to watch Aerith become a young girl, and she was on a train with her mom, her real mom, the ancient that gave birth to her, who died as she was like going to find help, and all the people were kind of assholes. She was a little girl. She's like, does anyone know a doctor? My mommy needs help. And like you're running around doing all this shit. You finally find her adopted mom, Elmira, the one that takes care of her in the house, who like takes her away and saves her. But like her mom, like right there in front of her with her, like there finding her, like she's like, I have to return to the planet, baby, and just like dies right there in front of her at a fucking train station on the ground.
That's fucked up.
We had to watch Barrett like find his wife and like hug her and be excited about it, and then lose her all over again, and lost his hand again. Like
that's
he showed up
so fucked.
He showed up in his dream and he's like, hey, I got my hand back. And oh my God, my wife's still alive. And he's hugging her and he's all happy. And then cut to like, my hand's gone and I found her dead again and had to suffer through that. Red 13 getting captured, dragged, and branded by Hojo. Yuffie basically reliving the end of the DLC of the last game that I played through, where like her and her friend do the ninja shit, and then he gets killed by some crazy dude. And yeah. Tifa reliving the murder of her father.
Damn.
When the place burned down. Cloud. Cloud wasn't a part of that.
Interesting.
And everyone else had their own thing to go do, and then Cloud wasn't chosen, I guess. And then like we were walking, and Cloud kind of had his own trial, but it was I don't know. It wasn't really a flashback. I think he stabbed Sephiroth
Mood.
in the chest. Sephiroth said some things to him, but it wasn't like the other things where they had to like relive like their worst moments in their lives.
Yeah.
So.
He's just like stab Sephiroth. No, so I think I'm just like, okay, I might have been wrong about Aerith being the Shadow Blood Queen. Whatever. In my mind, she still is. I think that Cloud has been dead the entire time.
Okay.
Because maybe when Zack has his decision and he goes potentially to get the cure for Cloud, he dies in the tunnel. Something happens and he dies. So he doesn't
Supposedly
get
Zack died in the river. Or got swept out by the river.
Maybe he ends up by a river.
I'm confused.
I don't know. Maybe the river is by, like, maybe he gets the thing for
like
Cloud.
You?
What?
You said maybe the river is by.
Yes. All rivers are gay. You didn't know this? Come on. But maybe okay. In my head, this is what happens. He gets the thing for Cloud, has to cross the river to get back, drowns in the river. So Cloud doesn't get the whatever antidote, whatever the fuck he needs. Cloud dies.
So the thing is, it was when they originally went to find Genova, when they first showed up in Cloud's hometown. When we first played through it, Cloud remembered it as just some soldier. And then the second time we got there and went through it with like the current group and Tifa, that's when he remembered, oh shit, that wasn't just some random security guard. How could I forget that was Zack that got swept out by the river? And Tifa's like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I was surprised you didn't remember. So like,
she was like, I didn't want to say shit, but like,
I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna find the fuck out. Also, I played a little bit of Mortal Kombat right before we got on, just to like try out Peacemaker, because I got like 4 new characters I haven't even fucked with, a couple cameos, and then Peacemaker and Ermac, who I still haven't touched, and the second DLC at some point that I didn't even realize dropped for Final Fantasy 16. So I have more Final Fantasy 16 to go fuck around with. So that
bienvenido.
I started playing. I just like started the DLC for that. Played like a cunt hair of it.
Okay.
What?
It's a choice of words, but okay.
It's a measurement.
It's an odd choice to use as a measurement. Most would be like, I've played like a pinch of it.
I've never heard anyone say I've played a pinch of a game.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
This isn't salt. You don't get a pinch of it.
Well, snackety snack.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to, where I've been at. I also am quitting smoking, like
really,
again, but for real this time, not like just because Kate's pregnant, because she's not pregnant, so like that's not why I'm doing it.
I was just oh my god, was this? I thought I was like, oh my god, is this breaking news?
No. I'm mostly doing it because they raised my mortgage $400 because my taxes went up, and I would save about $400 a month if I stopped smoking, which is a crazy thing to think of. But yeah, so that'll just kind of even out the books and also save my life. So
I know, what a crazy thought that is. Well, that's good. Not your mortgage being raised. That's kind of fucking bullshit. But like, quit smoking. Yay!
happens. They raised. So the reason it's going up so much this year, it won't be as much next year. But they got the taxes for 2023 because the way property taxes work is in 2024 you pay 2023's property taxes.
Okay.
When they set up my mortgage, they set it up based on what my taxes were set at when I bought the house.
Gotcha.
They got the property taxes for 2023, and they were more than what the taxes were when I bought the house on record. So they had to cover for that and then also increase the payment to compensate for next year to make sure I have enough in my escrow next year to pay the 2024 taxes when they come around at the beginning of the year. So that's how all of that works.
Woo. Yay.
So it didn't it went up $400 for that, but it won't be like $400 for the life of the loan on the bright side. So
that is a bright side. This is true. Ow.
Can you make machine gun noises with your mouth?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
I don't know if this is a trick or not.
A what?
A trick. I don't know if this
I
is
don't know.
a trick or not.
I watched a TikTok that said women cannot make machine gun noises with their mouth. And
I don't think I know what a machine gun sounds like. I don't know. I don't think I can.
I don't understand how you can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Then do it.
Do what? Make machine gun noise with my mouth?
Yeah. I was about to try it and I started laughing. I mean, well, like I can roll my R's. I feel like I can do that, right? No, now I feel weird trying. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't like this. This feels like a setup.
It's not. It's literally not. Literally, all I saw was a TikTok where it said women can't do this, and this guy's like, "Hey, baby, can you make a machine gun noise with your mouth?" And she tried and failed horribly, and then he did it to show her, and she still couldn't do it. And now I have to ask you. I have to see if Kate Duck can do it. Like, I need to know if women just can't, for whatever reason, do that, and I need to know why.
I don't know. I don't know why. Did you see like multiple TikToks of this, or is this just like one guy was just like, "Oh, women can't make machine gun noises," and then he asked his wife to do it?
No. So it was a guy saying that women can't do it, and then it was a different guy going to prove it. So I'm assuming it was a snitch or something like that.
Yeah, I know that. No.
Why not?
No.
You either prove they can't or you prove it wrong. And I believe in you. I think you can prove it wrong. And honestly, because of the rolling your tongue thing with your R's earlier, that's what made me think about it. We were doing the Delgado Estrada.
It's like that. I feel like. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I have never in my life made a machine gun noise.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, probably when I was like younger.
Okay. So like, you know how there was that whole trend where like women found out that men think about the Roman Empire and they're like, why the fuck is this thing? Finding out that for whatever reason women have grown up never making machine gun sound with their mouth weirds me the fuck out. Like you'd be like, I don't think I've ever made one. Like, why the fuck not? Like, did you not pretend that you were shooting machine guns as a child? You didn't have to make the noise. That is not a machine gun sound.
That sounds like Star Wars.
I was gonna say you were shooting fucking Star Wars rifles.
Pew pew. And I didn't even watch Star Wars as a kid. That shit a year ago.
We taught you Star Wars.
Whatever.
You can't argue that one.
That one was because Rick was like, "Oh, it's my favorite movie franchise. You have to watch it." I was like, "Yeah, whatever. We'll make it into a thing," and we made it into a thing.
And now you love Star Wars.
We got 3 episodes, and I love Star Wars. Where the fuck is my Andor season 2? It's actually coming out soon, this year.
I got a kid that I work with who hasn't seen shit, and I made him watch the opening scene to Evil Dead the other day.
That's just your go-to to show people. Be like, hey, you ever seen a movie? You want to see this shit? Well, watch it.
Well, then he goes, "Oh, now your tattoos. Like the more we talk, your tattoos make so much more sense." Because like I forget what we were talking about, but I started talking about how we're going to do Hannibal Lecter, and he didn't know who Hannibal Lecter was. And I was like, "You don't know? You've never seen Silence of the Lambs. You've never seen Hannibal. You've never seen Manhunt. You've never heard of Hannibal." I'm like, and he like, "Oh no, I know what it was." So my dad read this book called Someone Cars the Easy Way to Quit Smoking. And then he gave me the book because he read it and he quit smoking. It's basically a self-help book, I guess, which whatever. It is, but it isn't. I don't know. I'm reading it just for shits and giggles, but like I've already kind of decided I have to do this. Yeah. So I can continue to live comfortably, not sans the $400. But on the back, Sir Anthony Hopkins was quoted as saying that he read this book and that helped with so was Jason Mraz and Angelica Houston, like randomly those 3 people. And I was telling him this because I was reading the book, and he goes, "Oh well, I don't who's Anthony Hopkins?" And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. So I'm like Hannibal Lecter, and he's just like, and I'm like, mind you, he's like 22.
There's no excuse.
And then I was like, Hannibal Lecter, he's a cannibal. He goes, Hannibal the Cannibal? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh. I'm like, do you know who that is? He goes, no, it just rhymes. I'm like, dude, literally the mask is right the fuck here on my arm, right?
Yeah.
So then we got into like a whole discussion. He's like, I know who Freddy and Jason are. And I'm like, do you really know who Freddy and Jason are? Like, do you really know, or do you just know of them? Because like, knowing they exist is not knowing them, first and foremost, especially not in our world. And I was like, do you know how many Nightmare on Elm Streets there were? And he goes, there was more than one. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I grabbed a steel chair. I was ready to hit the fucking kid with it. Like,
see, he's worse than me because I at least knew and had seen at least more than one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets before we did the franchise.
He said something about Jason being a guy that drowns people. And I was like, oh my God, kid.
See, y'all can't say shit about me now. Because at least I had an understanding.
So I'm gonna take him under my wing and I'm gonna train him properly.
Train him properly.
No lube.
Will you relax?
I started with Evil Dead 2013. That's no lube.
Evil Dead, like that is a wild opening scene. And for like literally no reason. They didn't have to do that.
They did have to do that. Again, I stood up, standing fucking ovation at the opening scene. 100% did. Everyone else was cheering and clapping when the opening credit. I was standing. I saw it back to back. I saw it 2 nights in a row. I loved it so much. And it is probably because he asked me, he goes, what's your most watched horror movie? Or what's your most watched movie? I'm like, well, that's hard to say because like growing up as a kid, like I rewatched the Ninja Turtles movies and Ghostbusters like so many fucking times. He goes, no, like as an adult. And I'm like, oh, that's easy. Evil Dead. He goes, and how often would you say you watch it? I'm like 2 to 3 times a year. Easy. I'm like, it's my comfort film. Like I put that on. It's that or Halloween. It's one of the two, but within the last 11 years, I've probably watched Evil Dead 2013 more than I've watched the original Halloween. Or because I can rotate out the original Halloweens, right? Like I can do the original,
Yeah.
I can do any of the franchise. So like they're not getting as much play because there's more there.
6.
Evil Dead is all the play in the Evil Dead franchise. Outside, like I'll do Evil Dead, then I'll do Evil Dead Rise now.
Well, yeah. Now you've back to back.
But
I get that.
so I was like, and then I tell people, I'm like, listen, if someone asks me about a horror movie, I gauge kind of what they're going to enjoy by having them watch the opening scene and see if like it's a movie that they want to continue watching. Or like if people ask me if to recommend them something, I'm like, watch this opening scene, and then you'll figure out by the end of the opening scene if this is a movie you want to watch or not. And he's like, and how many times have you seen this opening scene? And I'm like, more than I've seen the entire movie, because I keep showing the opening scene to people and be like, you got to watch this shit.
It's just like, y'all see this shit. You want to see this shit? Look at this shit. You with that opening scene.
So good.
Speaking of things that are good, you need to buy Abigail and watch it.
It's on my list. Dude, I'm so backed up on new horror. I want to watch Imaginary. I was looking at a bunch of shit that I could rent that I need to watch, and I'm so fucking backed up.
Abigail is so good.
I know you said that, and I'm excited for it. I'm kind of waiting for everything to come out on streaming, though.
Yeah, that I don't know when it's going to.
It should all be hitting soon. Should all start tumbling down.
It was not in the theaters very long at all.
Yeah.
Which I kind of
So it
upsets
might
me.
come streaming quick.
Well, yeah, but like it definitely could have been in theaters longer. And I keep seeing shit about it now because I think I like one tweet about it. And now like multiple tweets about Abigail keep showing up my fucking timeline. I'm not mad at it. But it's like people talk about like line delivery. And the one character, he just says something, and the way he says it is so funny for no reason. It's just one of those movies that has comedy in it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm listening. Keep talking.
Okay. You just slowly got up. That was fucking weird. But it's got the right amount of comedy, the right amount of gore. I mean, she's a fucking vampire, so like obviously there's gonna be blood, but it's not like it's not like a crazy amount of blood, but it is. And all the characters are really cool. And it's Angus Cloud's last film, and they dedicated it to him, and then that made me really sad at the end of the movie. And it's in the same universe, kind of, sort of, as Ready or Not, because it's made by the same people. And Melissa Barrera is phenomenal. It's shot really well. Abigail's dope.
I did hear the Ready or Not thing, and then also Angus Cloud is the dude from Euphoria that you liked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dedicated to him at the end of the movie, and I was just like, what the fuck? I was like enjoying my time, and then the credits started rolling, and I was just like, that's fine. I was having a fun time, and then you do this, and I got sad.
Fair.
And I didn't even realize the one dude in Abigail is also in Godzilla and Kong. So I saw him in 2 movies back to back without even knowing.
Nice.
I can't remember what his name is, but I love him now.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch Late Night with the Devil. I've heard a lot about that.
I still need to see that too.
Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, yeah.
And Imaginary. I want to watch Madam Web just for shits and giggles because I don't care what anyone says.
Fair.
I think that's it. I think that's right now my list is Imaginary, Immaculate, Late Night with the Devil, Abigail, Madam Web, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is on the top of that list because I love Ghostbusters.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's fair.
No, I did. I already saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I saw that in theaters. I think I went and saw that.
I thought you. Yeah, I
did
thought
go
you.
see that.
Didn't you go by yourself?
I did go see that. All right, so that's not on the list. I don't know why I blanked out on the fact that I was going to see that. I got to buy it, but yeah.
Top of the list. His name is the actor that I now love, Dan Stevens.
Okay.
He was in Abigail, Godzilla and Kong, Cuckoo. It's another movie that just came out with what's her name? The other bitch from Euphoria. What's her name?
Zendaya?
No, not Zendaya. Hunter Schafer.
I know I do that.
No, but I do want to see Challengers though because sexy tennis and Zendaya. I'm in. What else has this guy been in that I've probably seen and didn't even know who he was? I always love when that happens. Oh my god, he's Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I love the song Evermore. I listen to it all the time. That's him.
I also need to see Kong versus
Godzilla
Kong
and
New
Kong.
Empire. New Empire. I need to watch that too.
It was good.
I enjoy those movies specifically for how beautiful they are. Like Godzilla versus Kong is one of the first movies I got like on my 4K TV, and it was just fucking amazing.
Godzilla vs. Kong was the first movie I saw in theaters after the pandemic when they let people back into the movie theaters. It was that and Mortal Kombat were like the first two movies I saw when we were allowed to go to the movies again. But yeah, like I will always give it that. Like I actually was watching, ironically enough, Kong Skull Island yesterday just for funsies because it was on TV. And I was like, oh my god, Loki and Captain Marvel are in this movie, and Nick Fury? Wild.
Right?
Like, what an odd combination.
They should have done like an homage to that at some point in like one of the shows or something where like
they should have
alternate timelines. They just kind of like wake up and they're in Godzilla versus Kong, like in
they're on Skull Island.
Or at least have Loki do that where like he shows up, he's on Skull Island, here comes Kong, and then he like teleports out.
Ooh, we gotta talk to him. And Feige, I'm in. Like, listen, it's a great idea. Let us pitch this to you real quick. An episode of What If.
Post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene something. There's a lot of people in that movie. Fucking John Goodman, the kid who plays Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton. I didn't even realize that because that came out. Yeah, that came out before Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, oh yeah. Just like it. I love when that shit happens. Like I actually see stuff and then I go back and watch other stuff and I'm like, oh my god, I know who this person is now. It's my favorite thing.
I also keep seeing this poster for Love Lies Bleeding and it gets my attention, but I don't know.
Love Lies Bleeding? I'm looking.
It's an A24 film, so you know how I am about that.
It's gonna be hit or miss. Well, listen, I mean, A24 movies are literally hit or miss. Like, Talk to Me was fantastic. And that's A24, but like, there have been other A24 movies that are kind of ass.
Like Pearl.
Your beef with Pearl's crazy. What?
But we're excited for Maxine.
Fuck yeah, we are. Who's in this? It's Kristen Stewart's movie.
And that other chick, what the fuck's her name? Jenna Malone, isn't it?
Jenna Malone, yeah. Oh, Baby Franco's in it too.
Ed Harris.
Baby Franco. I never remembered what his name was for the longest time, so I just kept calling him Baby Franco. Because like it's not James, it's the other one. It's the baby. trying to think of what else is going to come out that I want to go see, because I still have so many. Because I didn't go to the movies for so long, and since I'm in the Cinemark Movie Club, I get a free ticket every month, and they roll over. So I had 4 tickets, and that's why I was just like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna go do a double feature, treat myself, and I did.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
So then I still have like 2 or 3 tickets now. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna go see, and like that's me time. I go, I sit there, I recline. I eat my snickety snacks. I enjoy my movie. And like this time, I did all that, and then I went to Barnes & Noble, which is like a little ways down. Bought 2 books that are currently sitting on my bookshelf that I'm not reading because I'm failing at reading right now. And then I went to go see my second movie. And I got more snickety snacks. Because snacks. You know? Snack.
I know. A lot of the men on the internet think I am one.
Most men that we are friends with think that you are.
What can I say?
I don't know. What can you say?
What else is going on?
Not too much.
Tell me this.
Okay.
Did you enjoy Night of the Demons 2 more than you enjoyed Night of the Demons?
You really just can't hold it in, can you?
If I had my way, we'd just do the show now. We're already here.
No.
I'd just switch it over and tell Travis we did 2 back-to-back live streams. It's on.
It's on. I did like 2 better than 1.
That's all I needed to know.
That's the information you have.
Take that as a win.
It is a win. I don't remember what day I watched it, but like I told you, I watched it.
Yeah.
But what else is going on? Nothing really. During my girls' day that I was having with my friends, because you know I actually have those outside of the internet. It's crazy. I know. Fuck you. We were talking about so 3 of us went to the same high school, and we were in the same grade and everything. We graduated together. It's our 10-year high school reunion later this year, and like they were like. Somebody set up a fucking Facebook page and they're starting to set it up, and I was just like, oh my god, it's actually fucking happening. Let's go. I'm very excited because like
I didn't go to my 10-year reunion because I don't know what reunion I'm supposed to go to.
Oh.
Because I did my senior year at a different school, but I didn't really know anybody. Like I didn't meet or hang out with anybody, at least not in my grade, at that school for that year. So like, do I go to the school I graduated from for the high school reunion where I don't fucking really know anybody? Or do I go to the school that I spent 3 years at where I knew all of the people, but I didn't graduate from that school? So I don't know if I can even go there because I didn't graduate.
Yeah, that's a pickle, my guy. I don't know.
Well, that was the pickle that I was in 10 years ago, since I'm damn near 10 years older than you. I'm 37.
I know. So we were talking
What's
about
up,
that.
Dr. Papalito?
Papalito, full name. We talked about that, how it's gonna happen like in November or December, which is odd. So they're setting that up. We were trying to make plans for my birthday in 2 months because I was just like, I don't know what I want to do. Because like 28's like not a big age, but it is a big age.
HBA, baby.
No.
HBA with OPP.
No. All my friends are married, basically.
Never had a bad idea. That's all I'm saying.
Get out of here. But we were trying to like figure that out, throw out some ideas about what I might want to do. yeah, so we're starting to get all that shit together. We're planning on another escape room with my one friend's husband. I was in her wedding. My other friend's fiance, they're getting married next year, and then my other friend who I always stay at her house. So we're gonna get like all of us together to do an escape room, which will be fun.
Okay.
Because this was just for the girls today, like, and my one friend couldn't even come because she had to do stuff for her cousin's like communion and shit. I was just like, boo, boo. So she didn't get to go, but yeah, I'm actually like making time to hang out with them and all this fun shit. Very excited. I'm probably not going to the beach this year.
Aw.
Because I need to save money for Vegas, and I'm not trying to drop $450 on a house where I'm not going to be happy for a week. So I'm not going to go to the beach, which kind of makes me sad because I love going down there. Because I get to just be in a pool by the beach drinking for a week.
Even though I wasn't already going to Vegas, like we had established that because of the weekend that it is and everything. And I even told Kate what you said about like, oh, just come out. Like, I'm not going to go to Vegas WrestleMania weekend and not go to WrestleMania. That's not even putting the tip in. Like, that's blue balls of the most severe kind. That's
Jesus
fucked up.
Christ.
Just out in Vegas for WrestleMania and then leaving before it actually starts. It's like getting naked, getting a hard on, and then going home before the other person gets naked. Like, no, not happening. But also after my mortgage went up and all that, I was like, well, I'm definitely not saving the money for that. So like, all decided.
I mean, fair. I get it.
Reek is just going to have to be upset with me. He just said he might go. That he's got another bald. Also, he's like, I can't be the old. Trust me, there are wrestling fans. There are going to be plenty of fucking bald guys there. All right, plenty of fucking bald guys.
He meant like in our friend group.
I know what he meant. I'm not stupid.
I never said you were stupid.
I know exactly what he meant, but like, also, I said what I said.
I said when I said.
I'm trying to find that thing I was telling you about with Ariana Grace.
Oh.
I guess I could just search Ariana Grace. There it is. And forward message. Boom. Because you seemed interested when I brought it up.
I was also just like, when did this happen? But then like I also feel like I have a memory of that happening.
Well, now you can watch it and see if you remember.
What did you send it to me on?
A text message.
I didn't get anything.
Pretty sure I sent it to you. Yeah. Oh, it's still sending. That's why.
Oh, I was like, imagine. Just someone else gets that, and you're just like,
I don't know who else in my phone is Katie, but like, I don't think they'd be surprised.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
If you know, you know.
You know. God damn it. Jesus. Oh my god, hold on. It's being annoying. Because I deleted the fucking app off my phone. Come on.
I should do that.
It was just taking up. I just didn't have room for it. I barely use it, and I had no room for it on my phone anymore. I was like, I had so many things for Mania on here. I was like, I gotta get rid of shit. It's not gonna let me look at it because I don't have the app.
Lame.
And I'm not re-downloading it just to do that. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. I don't blame you.
Just re-download it, look at it, be like, oh, cool. And then what?
All right, I'll send you this too. I'll send you to you on Twitter.
Okay.
It's a tweet that I came across.
Oh, well, there you
No,
go.
don't comment. KT Wrestling. Send.
That's me.
It's called, that movie is called I Just Broke This Guy's Neck, is what it's called.
Oh.
That's not a vertebraker. That's a fucking paralyzer.
I didn't get it.
What the fuck, phone?
Just saying. I don't know. Oh, maybe I did and it just didn't want to give me a notification. Okay, I got it. Oh, wait, I feel like I did see this. No. No.
A fan jumped in the ring during collision and got his ass beat by refs and security.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter after the fact. I might have not paid. I don't think I was really fully paying attention to the match, so I was paying attention to after the match.
Fair.
But not even surprised because fans are fucking stupid. Understand. I get that.
No, I want to yell at Powerbomb Jutsu for calling Malachi Black Aleister Black and also spelling it wrong.
Then do it.
No, I like those guys. I'm not trying to start beef.
I don't think it would be necessarily starting beef. I don't think, but
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Me looking around my room like I'm gonna think of something.
So, are you doing anything with your mom for tomorrow?
So originally, my sister was gonna come over with her now husband, my nieces, and then my brother was gonna come up, and we were all just gonna hang out with my mom, do lunch, all that shit. But then my sister texted us today and was like, "LOL, JK, I have strep throat." I was like, "God damn it!"
We had to cancel my stuff with my mom because my sister's sick.
Oh my god!
But now
Crazy.
Kate gets a whole day to herself. So we talked about it, and I told Kate, I was like, when Father's Day comes around, you have to do stuff for your dad, I have to do stuff for my dad. So we'll just pick a separate day to celebrate me. I'm fine with that. And I told her I want her to have her own day. So we plan on celebrating her Mother's Day next weekend because Mother's Day it's a day to celebrate moms, but they don't need to tell us when we got to fucking do it. We can do it any day we need to, right?
True.
But
true.
So we went out with her mom and dad today, and she bought her mom dinner, and then I bought her dinner, and then I'm going to celebrate her tomorrow, and then we'll probably do the thing for my mom next weekend. But it's nice for you because you only have to do it one time a year instead of twice, unless you want to celebrate me this year.
You're
Closest thing to a father figure you have?
Shut up. It's not until June anyways.
Next month.
Literally, which is crazy. Also, my sister's birthday is next week.
I just make me a card.
No, what I'll do is I'll get my sister to make those fucking shirts and I'll send you a shirt.
There you go. That'd be awesome.
Now that she has time, because we were busy with the wedding stuff. But her and her husband got my mom a plant, I think, an outside one. I think my brother got her a gift card. I don't know for where. So we all do stuff together and separately. We have a group chat with the three of us, and we're like, all right, what are we gonna get mom for Mother's Day, her birthday, Christmas, etc., etc., etc. And then because she talked about it and she was like, well, like, money's kind of tight right now because she had to pay for the entire fucking wedding, basically. I got her 2 tickets to Rob Zombie.
Dope.
Because she said she wanted to go. Because it's Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, and somebody else.
She gonna dig through the ditches and burn through the witches?
Yes.
Slam in the back of my Dragula. Anyway,
so that was one of the concerts she said she wanted to go to. So Live Nation had like $25 tickets, and that they have them like all week. Started on Wednesday, so I was just like, okay. So I'm gonna email them.
Out to pussy liquor.
I was like contemplating going to that show, but I was like, I'd probably be the youngest person in the fucking crowd.
I've seen Rob Zombie. I think I've seen Rob Zombie twice, actually.
I don't know if she ever has. I know she's seen Alice Cooper.
So he opened up his like he did like a horror like a haunted house thing, and he opened one up out here, and the first night he did a like live performance after the opening of the show. And then I saw him at another like festival concert out here. It was good. He puts on a good show.
Oh, I believe it. And so like she expressed interest in like that, and like she was like, I kind of want to go to Pitbull, and I was like, oh, okay, but there's like another band she wants to go see, but it's like also gonna be on the Pitbull day, so I don't know. So that's why I was just like, I know Rob Zombie. I know you said you want to go to that, so that was what I got you. And then I got her a few of her favorite. So my mom's gluten free, so it's very hard for her to find like snacks and stuff. But I went to Five Below and I got her a few of her favorite candies too.
Okay.
Just to kind of just throw in for fun.
I almost fucked up. So, like Kate's like,
almost.
Well, no. So here's the thing, right? So Kate's like, I made a list on Amazon of stuff that blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. She goes, I'm gonna keep adding stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. And then she sends me this thing on TikTok, and I thought she sent it to me because she wanted it. So I ordered it, and then it came in, and then she tells me, hey, this is what I want for Mother's Day. And I'm like, all right, well, I already got you something, but cool. I can probably give this to my mom for either Mother's Day or her birthday, because her birthday is also this month at the end of the month.
Of course.
So like I'll figure that out, I guess. And then got her what she wanted, which is an ancestry kit for the dog. She wants to know like specifically what breed it is and if it's mixed with anything and blah blah. So I got her that. She goes, so what did you get me? And I'm like, that cheese grater thing that you sent me on fucking TikTok. She goes, I didn't want that. I sent that because I thought you'd like that. And I'm like, well, good thing that I didn't give that to you, because you would have been pissed when you opened up a fucking cheese grater on Mother's Day. It is. So it's like this really cool one. So like you put the cheese in the top. Best day ever, went great today.
What? I'm confused.
What's the best day ever and what went great today? But like you put the cheese on top, and it's like this rotary thing, and it's supposed to like because the way it tumbles, the cheese doesn't get clogged. Oh, happy birthday, Bakley!
Oh, what the hell? We didn't know. Sorry, Bakley. Happy birthday, bud.
I hope it really did go great today. I hope you had a great day, bro.
Yeah, you deserve it.
But yeah, like the cheese isn't supposed to get clogged, because like we have one, and it always gets gunked up. Like you run the cheese across it, and it gets caught in the fucking shredder thing. And so this is like supposed to rotate it so that doesn't happen. I thought she wanted it because she's been grating a lot of cheeses. Like she just grated a shit ton of cheese the other day. I'm like, oh, maybe she asked for this because the other one was a pain in the ass. So like I got it for her. She did not want it apparently. So okay.
You know you can go to Olive Garden and just ask them for cheese graters?
Yes, I did. I saw that on TikTok as well.
I want it.
How old are you now, Bakley?
Fucking love Olive Garden. How old do you think Bakley is?
My age, 37.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's 37.
I was gonna be fucked to be like, what are you like, 50 now? Not having a soul really ages you.
Crazy. Ow. It does. Oh my god, ow. But yeah, that's Mother's Day. I gotta get something for my sister. What I think I'm gonna do, and it's also gonna be like a wedding gift because I didn't like technically get her one. I was trying to get her something else, but it ended up falling through. So like, I was trying to get her a cameo from one of her favorite singers that she missed the last time she was here because my sister had to have her fucking thyroid taken out. The day of that show that she had tickets to. So she was very upset. So I wanted to get her that, but then the girl never answered, and I was like, I hate, like, don't be on there then if you're not gonna fucking answer. Plain and simple. So I'm gonna do custom wedding Funkos for her and her husband.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool.
I keep seeing them on like my Facebook, and they kind of pop up on like the fucking ad thing, and I'm like, it's actually a good idea. Thank you, Facebook. So I'm gonna do that. It's obviously
cool.
not gonna be here by the time her birthday comes, but it'll be whatever.
That'd be good.
I'm gonna give it gifts.
All right. Well, I have to get up with Zoe tomorrow so that Kate can sleep in because it's Mother's Day, and you know if she's gonna get a day to sleep in, it's gonna be the day that we celebrate her. I also forgot to have Zoe sign her card, so I need to get up with Zoe so Zoe can sign her card before she wakes up. That's a whole other deal. So I'm gonna end it here. But Bakley, again, happy motherfucking birthday. I hope you had a great one. Come back and join us tomorrow for Katie Torres Showcase 2. We'll chat some more then.
Yeah.
Katie, you're gonna be here when I sign off. The stream was good. At least I think it was good. We talked about OPP, we talked about HBA, we talked about all sorts of fun shit. I got questioned repeatedly on what the fuck was going on my own show, and I feel like no one's ever been here before. So, like, it was a good time.
Sometimes you just say shit that we don't expect, even though we should expect it. You know, it just happens.
All right, everyone that's watching, thank you for watching us. Bye, guys.